recognize your own.
Hey, bitch, you're not one of mine. Nope, I don't fuck with niggers. Do I look black?
And say,
Do I look motherfucking black, bitch? I don't fuck with you fucking niggers.
for no reason.
You fucking welfare recipients.
Yeah.
You don't like you receive AFDC too? No, you don't have no motherfucking class, bitch.
No.
Fuck, I look like I'm motherfucking you.
You're not.
Bitch, put that gay ass motherfucking hand down, motherfucker. Jesus not pleased with you.
No class.
And you low class, bitch. You fly spirit.
Oh shit. You wish.
No, that's where you shop at. You shop at Wish.com, bitch. Because you wish you could buy the clothes I buy,
I never
bitch.
see you in the sky.
Bitch, I don't never see you in a bank, bitch. I don't never see you in a motherfucking bank,
I
bitch.
never see you
Who
there.
the fuck are you?
But yet you want to.
All you want to do is yell, bitch. I'll beat your ass with another bitch. I'll beat your ass with Phoenix, bitch.
For some odd reason, you're never there. You
No,
don't
you're never at the
know
bank,
what
whore.
You're just talking really loud and
No,
aggressive.
you're just talking, punk ass bitch. You with your aggressive mustard shirt on. You fucking gay Puerto Rican. Don't try to come up here and eat my coochie. I don't like bitches.
Disgusting.
Your mother's disgusting. That's what your daddy said when your mom opened her legs. Bitch.
Yeah, they raised you like that. And
Come on. You can do it. This is easy work.
one second, I'll be right with
Yeah, go get a gun, bitch. Go get your friends, your family, your army, and Navy fucking SEALs, bitch. If you think you're gonna be able to fuck with me. Yeah, just like I thought. You know, sounds like a freestyle. What?
Your mic is still bad, bro.
Hey, shut up. I don't give a fuck about this fucking mic. Let's do the job for right now.
I
Send
want
me
to
home.
understand your
Let me
quality.
fucking live. Let me fucking
I
live.
want to understand your quality.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just stop it. I'll get a trucker mic when I give a fuck about Clubhouse. Okay? Breezy, where the fuck you at? Open your legs. You need a breeze there. Phoenix, put your hand down before I snap those fucking rainbow fingers off. Jeez. What's that noise? Yeah. Gotta sit against motherfucker with these white guys BC pick. Shut up, Carter. Put your fucking thumbs up, motherfucker. Worried about my mic, bitch. What the fuck you worried about me? Worried about your little D. You did? Yeah, I didn't want to say dick because every time I got in here and shit, I can battle all day. I get paid while I wait. I get paid at home. You motherfucker, Breeze, you look like that motherfucker that played on Home Alone. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin looking bitch. Fuck you. Puerto Rican herder. Go, guys, it goes.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm
Nah, ain't no okay, you ready? Bitch, you sit your motherfucking ass back down, bitch, cause you ain't nobody, you still ain't nobody, you ain't shit, you ain't all your life, you got your motherfucking ass whooped, you windmiller, bitch, you ain't got shit to do, bitch, but get your ass whooped, bitch, like your mama used to, bitch, tired of that barbecue from up the street, where they give you more Puerto Ricans than they give you meat, come about it, motherfucking silky, you punk ass, bitch. Yeah, you just mad because you're a nigger, bitch. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. You can't sit with us, bitch.
don't die.
Go charge your fucking iPhone, your fucking Obama phone, whatever the fuck you're speaking on, your Nokia phone, your boost smoking, bitch. You're a nobody, bitch. You inside of a JB motherfucking L speaker, bitch. You ain't laying shit down, bitch. You ain't on that, bitch. You ain't never been on that. Your mama ain't been on that. Your granny, bitch. Your ancestors, bitch. None of the motherfuckers never stood for shit, bitch. All they want to do is suck dick all night. You dick sucking, bitch. You coming from a generation of dick suckers. You serial dick sucker. It's unfortunate, bitch. You got on a muscle shirt and your fucking PTR. You punk ass bitch. Think because your light skin do something, bitch. You need some motherfucking melanin before you think you can talk to me, bitch. Yeah, you weird ass ABCD motherfucking dumb ass bitch. You 321 bozo. You'll never be A.O. Ellen over me, bitch. Yeah, them fucking aluminum wires you speaking on, bitch. I can't hear you. You're breaking up, fucking shitty from the block. You got that Wi-Fi on the block, bitch?
Nobody ever wants
No, bitch. Every world wants to hear me, bitch. That's why you mad, bitch. Cause a brown skinned bitch is winning, bitch. Light skinned what, bitch? Your ass is flatter than a fucking wall. You punk ass bitch. You ain't got no shape. You built like a 13-year-old boy, bitch. You built like Phoenix, bitch. Phoenix more of a woman than you, bitch. With your fucked up haircut. Look like James Brown. A light skinned version. No, bitch, you look like Prince. Bitch, you shape like them too, bitch. You can walk around with no bra, bitch. You can walk around without a shirt, bitch. And ain't nobody gonna say shit because you ain't got no titties, bitch. Yeah. No, you hearing a bitch you can't fuck with. On no day, bitch. You couldn't even fuck with me in your dreams, bitch. You can't even go to sleep and fight me and win, bitch. Yeah, you can't even go to sleep and beat somebody, bitch. You ain't shit. But a motherfucker that keeps circulating this room because you're bored. You need to be fucked right, but your pussy stink. You need to put some boric acid in that shit and acid wash that shit out. You nasty, stanky, coochie bitch. No, your life is unfortunate. You should have been swallowed, bitch. I hope you ain't procreated. The other little light-skinned prince-looking niggers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, call on that motherfucker, bitch. I call on money, because that's what I get. That's what make me happy, bitch. You better call on your God, bitch.
It's so crazy. You crashing out for no reason.
Hey, bitch, fuck you, shut up. Nah, you thought this was what you wanted. You thought this was what you wanted, Metro PCS, because I can't hear you, or... What are you saying? What are you talking about? What? No, you've been disrespecting yourself for being all day. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't care about respect, about respecting myself. Bitch, I get money. Bitch, as long as I have money, bitch, I don't care about nothing else.
You ain't got more than
Not a bitch that's gonna think she gonna come on this stage and fucking go against me. Bitch, who the fuck you think you is? You can talk against cavemen and fiends, all them motherfuckers all day, but not a real East Oakland, bitch. Welcome to East Oakland, bitch. Yeah, welcome to East Oakland, bitch. Tell your friends.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You should probably move.
Bitch, you move.
You should probably move.
Oh, no. Bitch, I'm from East Oakland, bitch, and I stay on the outskirts, bitch. You stay in the fucking projects, bitch. You stay in the Marcy projects, bitch. You still got a Section 8 voucher, bitch. You got to pass down from your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandma, bitch. Fuck you and your family.
You want to crazy. You want to run your mouth real fast.
Nah, I'm gonna rap on this bitch cause she ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got no motherfucking money. She might as well sell that coochie too. But her coochie is rusty. It ain't worth shit. That bitch can't even motherfucking suck dick. She can't suck dick, so her nigga be cheating. And he be coming to East Oakland and then he be eating all up in my coochie and he be all up on me. Then he go back to her and he say, fuck her, get the money to leave.
Horton, hold him. Her the hoe.
Nah, bitch, I wanna hear your flow, bitch, and you can't flow. Bitch, you gotta battle, let's battle. Bitch, put on the beat. Kush, let me smoke this bitch.
You can't smoke shit.
Yeah, I smoke breezy, bitch. Ain't nothing breezy, bitch, but you easy, bitch. Hey, Phoenix, put your motherfucking gay ass hand down, bitch, before I make you stick it in Phoenix ass and then make her lick it. Hey, easy breezy. You just easy. Ain't nothing breezy about you, bitch. You stink. Your pussy stink. You're a flaming fat. You got an STD, bitch. You got motherfucking gingivitis in your ass. Cause your man ain't got no class, bitch. You been fucking your daddy. You been cutting class, bitch. You're stupid than a motherfucker try to act like you smart. And I'm just up here freestyling, bitch, while you talking, you a mark. You ain't saying shit, you ain't on shit, you ain't never be shit, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you go to Germany, you can't still be me, bitch. Yeah, I'm freestyling all day on your punk ass bitch with your ugly hair. You got an ugly name. Ain't nothing about you breezy, bitch. I don't care. You burnt. You burnt up. And not in a good way, bitch. You can't fuck with me today, tomorrow, no day, bitch. Your turn.
You're burnt. You're burnt.
Your turn, bitch. And make her good. Make me proud, Cora. Make me proud, bitch.
Burning the man in your brain. You're literally burnt. You're burnt. You're burnt. If that's the best you got, you thought that was fun. You burnt.
Hey, no, bitch, I'm taking your song too. Hey. If you're tired of these punk ass light-skinned bitches being all in your videos, come to Brown and Silky. This bitch ain't no shit. She ain't no shit. She's a diet nigga. Bitch, you can only celebrate Black History Month the first 10 days of motherfucking February. You're diet, bitch. You're cut. You're cut like some fucking coke. You're not even dope, bitch. I ain't even freestyle, but I can go into it because I took your song, bitch. Motherfucking finish, put your hand down, motherfucker. You can be here too long. Hey, you burnt, bitch. Yeah, I'm burnt to a crisp. Yeah, I'm that bitch. I'm the devil. Yeah. Hell yeah, I don't like that shit. Yeah, no, and you ain't got no flows, bitch. I told you to come fight me, bitch. Come fight my PTR, but you run, you scared, bitch. You about to fall.
No, you're burnt.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, Breezy. What you thought? Get on this stage, RD with a brown skin bitch was gonna be easy? Come on, Craig. Come on, son. You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day, bitch. I don't want to fight. I want to struggle, bitch. I'm from motherfucking Cali, bitch. You had a Kendrick Lamar? You're not like us. You're not like us. You're not like us. I'll trade you for Roseanne, bitch. Just like I'll trade that other motherfucker. Now let's get back to this rapping shit, bitch. They told me to put on the show. I'm gonna put on the show. Yeah. Hell yeah. This bitch is whack as fuck. She can't even be a stripper. If this bitch was a lot lizard, nobody would never tip her. They just use it for a motherfucking cum bucket and be like stuck. And I'm like, bitch, get my $40 back. Bitch, you don't know how to suck. Yeah, your turn.
Yeah, you a hoe. And you burn. That burnout is getting real fast. Unfortunate. But that was, really.
They bow back to the smooth sounds of bow and silky. Oh, we going up with it. Yeah. Yeah, this bitch is a fucking hoe. Don't her nigga don't even want her no more. That's when she at home. She by herself trying to keep coming back to the A room. She's slow. Bitch should have had an IEP, behavior intervention plan. Cause this bitch is retarded. I think she need to be on Ativan. Calm this bitch down. Somebody fucking shoot her in the neck with some fucking Ozempic. Cause her motherfucking lip need. Your mustache looking pretty nice. You ain't got no lips, bitch. That's why you can't suck dick. Oh, stop, Phoenix, stop, motherfucking get me fucking on my floor.
Sorry, hold on.
So unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate that bitches think that they can tell me it's something unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 2 words to get you in.
I'm gonna say motherfucking nigga.
Watch this.
No, you don't have to say shit, bitch. No, you watch this, bitch. Anybody watching nothing? This ain't your show, bitch. This the Brother Second show, bitch. You watch this, bitch, and you shut the fuck up while we're a motherfucking black woman is talking, bitch. I'm flowing, and don't mess up my motherfucking show, bitch. I can't hear you. You better shut the fuck up, you ugly ass bitch. Your mother was a hoe. You should have been motherfucking swallowed, but your mama needed that money. She had to go buy some motherfucking Virginia Slims. This bitch is naughty. Oh, your mama couldn't even suck dick either. You come from a motherfucking long line of bitch that don't suck dick. Y'all bitches ain't worth shit. Kill yourself, you punk ass bitch. Your DNA ain't no worth shit. You can't even have no kids. If you had a kid, bitch, they'd be light skinned and bright. And they ain't gonna have no money. They some died niggas just like you, alright? Yeah. Right, niggas. You ain't a full nigga. You come back here when you're a full nigga, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You go over there. Now I'm gonna meet you, bitch, because your voice don't matter on here, bitch. Brown skin voices matter, bitch.
Literally, you was a
Yeah. You're a whore. Come on, use those fingers, bitch. Like you play with yourself. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Unmute yourself again. Yeah, come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Yeah, use your fingers like I want you to, bitch. Yeah, show me you good for something, bitch. Are you high, bitch? No, are you musty, bitch? I can smell you. I can smell you. I can smell this bitch. She ain't took a bath for 2 weeks. Yeah, that's her right side. I don't know why the fuck she ain't took no bath. This bitch needs to die. And you ain't making no money, bitch. You got an EBT card that's bent up in this body, bitch. You got a charm card, bitch. You ain't hard. I don't never see a motherfucking ass at the bank. Bitch, what the fuck you thinking? You ain't drinking. You can't go out. That's why you in the house, in the club, in the A room trying to show out, bitch. You ain't showing shit. You ain't on shit, bitch. Oh, I get paid in my sleep, bitch. I get paid in my sleep, bitch. I get paid in my sleep. Yeah, I like this song. I get paid in my sleep, bitch. You can never be me, bitch. You're a stripper. You're a lot lizard. You're a punk bitch. I told you to go make my money, bitch. I'll put you on the blade. And I'll pimp your ass, bitch. You looking like Prince. And them niggas gonna think you a gay ass nigga. And I'm gonna have you take Phoenix with you. And maybe Caveman too. And then maybe they can pimp all 3 of you. I like this song. Turn it up. Yeah, because this bitch way so mad that she ain't nobody. Ain't nothing breezy about this bitch. It's hot, bitch, because I'm crispy. I I'm flaming, bitch. You ain't got no motherfucking money, bitch. Don't nobody, no. Don't nobody want to food stamps. Don't nobody want your fucking food stamps, bitch. What are you talking about? You're fucking delusional, bitch. You stupid bitch. You supposed to be on the fucking lot collecting the money from the diesel trucks, bitch. Get out there and get my motherfucking money, bitch. Make the motherfucking feet beat the motherfucking concrete. You punk, bitch. Think big, bitch. Don't drink small. Get out that project halfway. Get out them apartments, bitch. With the carpet in the hallway, bitch. You ain't seen outside in a long time, bitch. Unless you go downstairs, down the elevator. You project living, bitch. You ain't no shit. Yeah.
So go back out there.
No, you shut the fuck up, bitch, because I can go outside right now, open a window and be outside, bitch. I can go through my back door, my front door, bitch. Welcome to Cali, bitch. You wish you was me. You ain't no shit. Go get some lips, bitch. You need some implants. They look like razor blades. That's why your nigga don't like you sucking his dick. That's why. Get some lips, bitch. No, I'm gonna put your bitch ass on a blade, bitch. Then I'm gonna fuck you with a dildo in your ass to get you ready for it, whore. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you ready, bitch. Then I'm gonna have my uncle come fuck you. He got AIDS. I'm gonna come fuck in your mouth so he can get in your mouth too. Yeah. Hey, Phoenix, I hate you. I'm gonna remove you from the room. You keep on fucking disturbing me for telling this young man.
Now I'm a man.
You're a young man. You're not an old one. Yeah.
I know a hater when I hear one.
No, you're a young man, bitch. Yeah. Now dance, bitch. Twerk that little ass. Twerk that butthole. So you got no ass. Twerk it, bitch. I might give you $1.
I know.
Hey, Phoenix, you about to get the fuck up out of here, you bitch. Phoenix, go. I swear to God, Phoenix, raise your hand one more motherfucking time. Hey, back to you. Hey, you shut the fuck up and you need to be a fucking original bitch. I'm the only bitch that pimping anything, bitch. Like I said, make your motherfucking feet hit the concrete, bitch, and bring me something back green, bitch. Yeah, cause I can talk just like that shit, just like your daddy did your ugly ass mom. Bitch, one more shit either. She didn't bring back $2 for that pussy. Motherfucker, she was in the negative. You gonna owe niggas for that pussy, bitch.
It sounds like you from the bottom.
You don't know how to twerk it, bitch. No, you're a bottom feeder, bitch. You're tilapia, bitch. You're a shrimp. You're fucking crab. You're a lobster, bitch. You think it's something good about being a lobster, bitch. You're a bottom fucking feeder, bitch. You've been one all your life, bitch. You're waiting in line still, bitch. I'm in the front. I'm getting help. You're not. You're still waiting in line. 15,000 people behind me, bitch. You'll never be me. You'll never be better than me, bitch. Your life ain't shit. You'll never be shit.
I would rather want to be you at the end within my life.
Yes, you would, bitch. You wish you was me, bitch. You wish you had the same motherfucking opportunities as me, bitch. Yeah, bitch, I twerk my ass on your nigga face. Where your daddy at? I go fuck your daddy and suck his old dick and make you my motherfucking daughter, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I go fuck your fucking daddy. I'll fuck your grandpa, bitch. I'll knock your grandmother over when she opened the door, bitch. I don't give a fuck about an old bitch. Yeah, I'm like that. You wanna be my granddaughter? I'm my fucking daughter. Which one? Which one? Now you make the choice, bitch. I'm giving you the choice. Tell me. Bitch, don't say shit else until you tell me if you want to be. You want to fuck your granddaddy, bitch, or your daddy? Or do you know your daddy, bitch? Or did he come back after he when he got that fucking horchata? Huh? He went out horchata. And he never came back. Yeah, no, you listen, bitch. Everybody listen. You can't tell nobody to listen, bitch. You ain't dragging shit in here, bitch. I'm dragging pussy all over this fucking stage, bitch. You ain't dragging. I ain't for nothing either. I ain't for them long legs, bitch. I ain't for no extended back having, bitch. You ain't got no ass, bitch. You can't fuck with me. Huh? Hello? Good morning, America. Cause this bitch be in here talking big shit. Yeah, nah, bitch. I'm gonna show you the fucking talk, bitch. I don't know what you thought you was doing in here talking to my people. Bitch, I don't care if K-Man racist. He's my racist, bitch. You are a nigger.
Yeah.
What?
You talk too long for me.
No, yeah, exactly, bitch, because I'm that bitch. And you should be sucking dick longer and your niggas will be leaving you. This is called exercise. I got an extended clip on my shit, bitch. And that's how I keep my niggas. And that's how I'm gonna get your granddaddy.
Motherfucking ruler.
I'm gonna get your granddaddy like, I don't have my teeth out. I don't want those dress. I'm like, oh, that's my granddaddy. I'm gonna beat this hoe. Yes, she is a weapon in the motherfucking bathtub for being a boy. She built like a boy. I thought she was with the shit. I'm disappointed, bitch. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in
I'll see you at fucking Thanksgiving dinner, bitch. You better make sure you bring the macaroni and cheese. It better be cheesy, bitch. I'm gonna throw it in your fucking face, bitch. Cause I'm gonna be a new grandmother. Yeah, I'm gonna be a new grandmother.
nobody but
And then I'm gonna tell your granddaddy gay, I'm gonna fuck him in the ass with a dildo. I'm gonna fuck your granddaddy in the ass. I'm gonna make him hook up with Phoenix and then fuck him in the ass.
Don't nobody believe you.
I'll see you at Thanksgiving dinner, motherfucker. Yeah, I would, bitch. You don't know nothing, bitch. You ain't even hit shit, and you ain't even sucked a dick right. You ain't never made a dick come from sucking it, bitch.
You talk to
You ain't never bust a real snut, bitch. You need a rose, bitch. You're not meant to be here. You're a fucking alien. You can't even come right, bitch. That's why you're mad. That's why you come in here dragging Gucci through this motherfucker. I don't tell shit, bitch. I'm from the fucking streets, bitch. You gon' tell. Well, that's what you said, bitch. You a weirdo. You ugly ass bitch. Your ugly hairstyle. With your ugly hairstyle, ain't shit breezy about you, bitch. Close the door, bitch. It's stuffy. Bitch, ain't no breeze coming through here, bitch. You ain't no shit, bitch. Hey, bitch, do you know white dildo black one, bitch? And you wanna dip it in hot sauce, bitch, or battery acid, bitch?
Yeah, I think you need
And I'm gonna stuff it in your granddaddy ass, and then I'm gonna make him stuff it in Phoenix ass. Then we're gonna come fuck you with it. That'll make you fuck your grandpa. Yeah, bitch, we're gonna have some real family time around this motherfucker at Thanksgiving dinner, bitch.
Strawberry Fanta.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, bitch, I'd rather have a Mickey's, bitch, a grenade. Hey, bitch. Yeah, no, bitch. Learn how to talk. Get your talk game up. You can withdraw. You can get off the stage. You can leave, bitch. Get the fuck on. We don't want you around here, bitch. No, we're gonna get you some Ativan, bitch.
Yeah.
Cause you be in here spazzing, bitch. You be in here glitching, bitch. Is you a computer? Okay, you gone, Phoenix. I told your stupid ass, you stupid motherfucker. Hey, Spear, a motherfucking Delta. We gonna go with this. We gonna start playing. Bitch, I'm gonna take fucking shit out of this, Phoenix. Hey, Phoenix.
Listen, I'm about to get it out you too.
Boom. Hey, here you go. What you want to mind for? I had you breathe this like a funny around this motherfucker. Tear your life up.
Regulate this.
Okay.
Regulate this
Yes,
down.
I can.
Motherfucker,
I don't care. Here, you can drop me. I don't care. Here's a mod.
That's all.
Sight Kush. I ain't giving you no mod. Till I finish with this bitch. Who said they need a mod?
I'm just saying somebody should.
The strawberry Fanta right there.
One at a time.
Hey, say something else other than Fanta, bitch. You're boring me.
Popeye's biscuit.
I thought you was with the shit, bitch. No, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dig your granny up and stick a Popeye's biscuit in her mouth, bitch, and a dick in her ass. So she won't swab no more. Yeah, I will. Tomorrow. Yeah, no. You're gonna see your grandpa get fucked in the ass by Phoenix, bitch. Like I said, bitch. Cause you ain't no shit. You're not high. You're not tired. Fuck you, bitch. You ain't no shit. You're boring me, bitch. This is a stretch. Make me laugh. Damn, you ain't made me laugh yet. You keep talking about Fanta. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's a soda, bitch. I want some motherfucking tequila. The fuck? I want to get some tequila. Soda? Who wants soda at this time of day? Hey, damn, I've been trying to let you live. I ain't gonna lie. I've been trying to make this motherfucker live.
The title is relevant.
What's the title? Who changed the goddamn title?
Literally.
Bye, Phoenix. Have a good day, Phoenix. Come back when I make another room.
You don't need
Like,
it anymore. And
hey.
has it.
Hey, unseasoned bitch. Hey, you unseasoned medium well bitch. I know you wish you was well done, bitch. I'm burnt to a crisp, bitch, and you can never be me, bitch. You can never be burnt to a crisp. I thought you was a little bitch. I said, oh, she's talking that shit. No, the fuck she ain't. She's a fucking weirdo.
Go ahead and get you.
Yeah, she thought she was on that shit until she met this bitch. You ain't no shit, bitch. You have any kids? I hope not. You should never be allowed to procreate. I mean, your pussy don't work. Do it? I don't. Bitch, don't nobody trust you to put a baby in you? Yeah, because you ain't shit, bitch. Anyway, I'm done with this bitch. She's cooked. No, she's cooked. She's a little darker. I think I got her done, bitch. Hey, shut up, bitch. Go get some titties. I'll approve of your BBL. I'll approve of you getting titties and a BBL. I'll approve it, bitch. I use it with you little boy, girl. With that little book.
Good Lord, it's finally over. Oh, praise the gods. Back to chillism.
With this girl, and while you were having vacation, he went out with this girl, right? That brings me a lot of shame. That may not bring me shame because I got another girl. Get high fives from bros, right? Cool. I still kind of see that, but then I go, hey guys, I'm going to pay you money so you can keep on talking about this, right? So then my girl won't be able to escape this when we hang out. You see how that's completely different from being a womanizer? That's not, no guy's like, oh yeah, that's game. That's not game. That's completely separate from me being able to find female attention, right? Right? That's completely, I am now paid people to keep on talking about me being, this slick dog at the expense of my wife's shame being more and more publicized.
At this point, you don't have an argument, brother. Just stop battling.
Welcome back to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing, wasting a beautiful Saturday, wasting all the time talking about nothing. What a waste of fucking time, you low IQ motherfuckers.
Okay, thank you for that. That guy's a no troll. He has like 30 different accounts. He's just a troll. But I was gonna ask, like, how does the Quran have the Book of Genesis? And
Does the Quran have the book of... Go Google it, Elliot, you fucking idiot.
Can you kick this guy, please?
This guy is ruining this.
This room is a waste of time. You're gonna ask if the Quran's got the book of...
A few steps here.
No, that's what we do in our countries. We go immediately hardcore, otherwise, like, we're in trouble.
حرام عليك. كل حاجة أعمل حاجة. The men are the ones who are the sweet talkers. The ladies just sit and behave.
Are you push with magic?
I can do that.
Where is it? Yeah.
على بقدرش ناكل بوظة نمسمسها سوا ونروح القاسيمة بالسيارة.
Okay.
I'm gonna take you to a really famous an ice cream place.
I have ice cream.
Have ice cream together.
Oh, yes.
Go really together.
Oh, it's such a good
Then
idea.
go to the car.
Not yet. Not first date. Not first date. That's too way too foolish.
Maybe you have to take this off your eyes first.
Oh, what? You think I'd be convinced by seeing your face?
Maybe.
Yeah, nah.
Yes, I really loved it.
He's the guy who sang Aladdin.
I think my favorites are the first one. I think it's Lebanon. I really like the guy from Syria, and I really like the guy from Iraq.
Well, like if we were talking on the phone and it was like really hot, probably Sudan. I think the one that give me a magic touch, I would go with that because I feel it. And Morocco is just such a nice, calm, nurturing. Like I would change Siri's voice in Alexa and put some Morocco lady to do that voice. Yeah, they kind of present as a very, easy, simple, and with very big understanding. Same force. It's like it's not in their culture to approach magic. You can tell. Always come my name on today.
Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed another Sexiest Dialects video. And this one was about Arabic language. And of course we're missing a few as always. Obviously there's a lot of countries to cover, so hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you
it's a metaphor. How do you figure that out? Like, why is it a metaphor in one case and literal in the other?
I mean, the bigger picture is that it's demonstrating something. So, surely you'll grant me that it's talking about a god, creation, the process of, etc., etc. So, if I have to see it just as a framework.
Welcome back to another English as a Second Language room where non-native English speakers are trying to discover.
Sorry, go ahead. And nice job today.
Well, thank you. I'm going to post the pictures in the Discord. It was actually a very fun event.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think. Do you want the short answer, Monica, on why people voted for Trump, or do you want the actual?
I wasn't watching my phone. I was nervous that Chaos was not going to get in, so it's an open mic. It's popcorn, whatever you want to give us.
Yeah, Trump got elected because the United States was already at a point of polarization. They just needed that final, straw to break the camel's back.
Teenage queen.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna mod abuse and move you to the audience. You're fucking retarded. The country was extremely polarized by the time it came to Obama's second term. Everybody was at each other's neck. And then the rhetoric started to spew from the MAGA side, and it became more and more volatile, more and more polarized, more and more crazy, and everybody decided that, yeah, it's a good time to, support the craziness. And they all voted for Trump. They fell for the 4chan memes, which were making fun of them, thinking that it was actually representing them. They fell for the LARP of Christian white fundamental American ideologies, led by an Arab who was a pedophile. They fell for the Milo Yiannopoulos of the world, the Ken Poles of the world, and he got elected. He won the fucking popular vote, and he also won the electoral vote. People were happy to see that he was shaking things up. I'm not one of them.
So, when you say fooled, though, Hagar, that he resonated with the forgotten middle class.
You're talking about a guy who's lived a life of luxury his entire life since the day he was born, and nothing he has ever done has supported the middle class. Of course he fooled them. He is one of the best when it comes to creating rhetoric and pushing a narrative. The man is a genius when it comes to that. No one can argue it. He's a media guy. He's a marketing guy. He's a business dude. He's fucking phenomenal at doing that. Obama was a great speechwriter, great speaker. Obama was good at firing up a crowd. Trump's good at fooling the crowd.
Except that he's one of the first presidents who's actually done what he said he was going to do.
Which is?
The immigration concerns are valid. The rhetoric we saw from the left is concerning. White people in our country, majority, are not racist. And Obama did that to us. 5 police officers were sniped and assassinated, and he blamed the culture of our country as the reason. All of this is all communication. Is hey, America's not that bad. We're pretty okay when it comes to a lot of things. You don't have to hate yourself and your country. People are like, really? Because that's really good news. Because the press and our current administration says white people are terrible.
Well, I just want to ask, what speech did you find, sir, that Obama wrote for himself? Please explain that to
The
me.
majority of his campaign he was writing his own speeches, and then when he got elected into office, he obviously had speechwriters. That's the case with most presidents. Not all, but most presidents.
Hey guys, Adrian Dittman is John Edmond. John Edmond, our house got in trouble because you illegally recorded people without their consent or permission, and that sucks. So you need to get the fuck out of here because I'm annoyed with you. And had I been a moderator, you wouldn't even have been able to step your pinky toe in here because I've got all your 20 accounts fucking blocked for life.
I know who this guy is.
Someone's fat and angry.
He pretends it's Elon Musk too.
Angry.
He's on Twitter too.
I'd have to get approval from Tally to kick
Angry
anybody.
and
So.
fat. Cry, little baby.
Go to the gym, Fatty.
Cry, little
Take the deepest
baby.
breath of the day. And get your ass in the hallway where it belongs.
Damn, they finally kicked me. Their house got in trouble, huh? Their house got in trouble, huh? Monica's little playground got ratted out. Oh, fucking really? It's so exciting. We're gonna have to go back very quickly. Keep the pressure up. Keep the jealousy pressure going.
He's gonna have women. That's why Donald Trump made the statement, "Grab by the pussy." Like, but when you have power, when you have money, when you have status, women will allow you to do things that they won't let other men who are lower in the social hierarchy do. So these women understand. If you look at what's the blind singer, Ray Charles. Ray Charles on that road, fucking everything. It is what it is, but his wife understood that. All these basketball players and NFL players and celebrities and performers, when they're out on the road, their wives understand they're fucking. Even Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods' wife knew he was out there slinging dick, right? The only issue she had is when it became public and it embarrassed her. That's when she pulled the plug and filed for divorce. But these women, they understand it, and they understand that there's a trade-off that if I want a certain life, I'm going to have to put up with the fact that my husband, my wealthy, powerful husband, is going to be out here slinging dick. And they know that if I want monogamy, if I value monogamy first, then I'm gonna have to get with a broke dude. Because typically, broke dudes are more likely to be monogamous because they don't have a tool to get pussy like bananas. These women understand it, bro. It's a trade-off. They know what they're getting. So
That was awesome.
Do you think
Monica had her mouth on.
wealthy men fuck her up?
I wouldn't go as far as saying all, but the majority. It's biological nature. The more power you
All right,
have,
I'll
the
clip
more
that.
pussy's gonna get thrown at you. Therefore, the odds are gonna be higher. You're gonna take the pussy that's thrown.
Say, would you? I don't want to say it, but it starts with the O. Someone very important starts with the O. B. What do you think?
Osama bin Laden?
Oscar the Grouch. Who we talking?
First of all, I just want to remind everyone that Osama bin Laden had a very, he had a crush on Whitney Houston,
Yes.
so obviously he had good taste. Go on.
And Gaddafi.
Wait.
Gaddafi had a folder of pictures of Condoleezza Rice. Let's not forget that either. Another high value man. Yes, Google it. I'm not joking.
Tally, was this pre-Bobby Brown Whitney or post-Bobby Brown?
Probably pre-Bob.
All right.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you what you consider a high-valued man, because I surround myself here on the Space Coast with a lot of multimillionaires and billionaires. Tell me what you find to be high-value men.
Man that has money, status, and wealth and power. Yeah, that's a high-value man. It's a man who's rare. So, typically any man who's in probably the top 10 to 20% of men in this country would be considered high-value man, based on the amount of resources that they can create or pull.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that money doesn't really matter to me all like that, and ultimately it's not the final it's not the final decision maker for me, but it just so happens that the qualities that I actually like also exist in men who aren't struggling, and I would prefer to have those qualities in a man who, by tying myself to him, would not mean I'm in for a harder life than I need to be.
You just gotta understand, man, that there's trade-offs and sacrifices, man. You know, the more status a man has, the more likely he's not gonna be monogamous. He's only as faithful as his options for the most part.
Sure,
Not all in all. So,
completely understand that, right? Like that's not a new concept and checks out, right? And I mentioned that makes sense, right? But like here's like the issue, right? The issue is when then you LARP, right? You live action role play as somebody who's for all these conservative points, right? Got to preserve the marriage, right? We got to do this, right? You appeal to a base that believes that marriage between a man and a woman, right, means something. Conceived in God's mind. There you have an issue, especially when the side that you're like, trying to LARP to is a side sec.
Damn, they kicked me again. Wow. Can't believe it.
Mussolini, the master bedroom at his palace.
You're talking about this. What happened in 2005 in the disengagement was that essentially Israel went from occupying the place to
so many people like you.
Shavua Tov, vamos!
It's Republican. Yeah, become Democrats. So you don't understand the difference between Republicans and Democrats.
Democrats want to kill your children and make them gay or turn them into a woman if it's a boy. Republicans want to kill a dragon.
You're not even funny, Republican. How much do you know the difference between Republican and Democrat? They're not really. No, so think of it this way, just like in very loose terms. Republicans tend to be more conservative, more religious. Maybe not religious, but more conservative with policies and their mindset. And then the liberals are more like gay rights and abortion and and then when it comes down to the economy, the conservatives tend to, like the Republican will tend to be more conservative. Conservative mean like they're more tight with their hands on the budget. Republican. He's the leader of the Republican Party, and they're the ones who won. And they leave California because California, like Los Angeles, San Francisco, is mostly Democrat, meaning they're very liberal, gay rights and all those things. And the Republicans not so. So that's kind of like in simple terms, like
It's basically what I just said, Dr. Maj.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, and there's here in the U.S. it's a huge rift. There's a huge rift between the Republican rift, meaning like then Republican, the Democrat, and it's very very serious. Like it's some of them.
Who is more support Israel? Who is more close to
both, but Republicans are known to be more.
No, it's 100% Republicans. Democrats are the party of Nazis, Jew haters, anti-Semites. They want to see Israel destroyed. That's what they are. They're a bunch of terrorist Nazis, maybe like you.
So, in terms of Israeli politics, it's like Democrats would be Smolenim, and the Republicans are more like the right wing. So that's also a difference between them.
It is the opposite what you say, because they are Orthodox and Reformers. Who are more, the Reformers are bigger than the Orthodox in United States, no? The Reformers, the difference between Reformers and Orthodox?
No, I'm not so sure I understood what you're saying here.
Orthodox
are very religious, only like the Jewish Israelian. And reformers are Jewish liberalism. The difference between the reformers and the Orthodox. And the reformers are bigger. They have more money than the Orthodox.
Yeah, so that's a big difference in politics in the United States, but it's also very serious here when it comes down. Like people are very sensitive about what you say, and at least in California.
So what I understand from you, the Democrats are the Orthodox Jewish supporters, and the Republicans are more liberals, more for the right of the gays and so on.
No, the opposite. So Republican is anti-gay, right? They don't like transgender. Abortion. What abortion is when
against abortion, yeah. Also
abortion, yeah. Yeah. So Republicans against.
So Republicans are the rightist of the Orthodox.
Nachon, right? They're the Yeminim.
The Democrats are leftists, are more liberal.
Right.
You said
exactly.
Biden is Democrats.
Right. The Biden Democrat, but Trump Republican. So yeah. So that's how it works here in the U.S.
No, wait from the beginning. Trump is Republican. Republican is against abortion.
Right, generally, yeah.
Against abortion and against homosexual and lesbian.
Right, yeah.
And Donald Trump is Republicans.
Yeah, that's true. Donald Trump. But
so
his wife
Republicans are the Orthodox.
So
Republicans are the rightist, not the Democrats.
Right,
the
no,
Democrats are leftist.
Right, and leftist. And in terms of the U.S., it's like California, Los Angeles, San Francisco is more.
I really don't understand about this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not interesting. It's not so much. I feel far away from those arguments inside politics of Americans.
Right.
And now from talking with you, I start to understand with Republicans and with Democrats. But the inside politics, the inside arguments of the Americans, so much don't interest me. You don't know how much I'm far away from those.
Right.
And I think it's not good for Israel to get involved. It's none of our business. Who controls America? It's really.
So you think Israel controls America?
I don't know that the Israeli and the Jews have a lot of power for sure, but I don't know really who control America. And I don't think they control. You see, Trump has changed his game. He didn't put attention, but there is Trump before the election and there is Trump after the election. There is Trump who give, the sky will open for the Hezbollah, for the Hamas, or what we do if they will not release, they didn't so much interfere with Hamas. They are keeping 59 hostages and they didn't release. So the sky didn't open and nothing happened and everything is, life are getting used. So this big Trump is a big mouse, more than he don't know the limit of the power. Must understand, even Israel must understand that there is limit for a power.
Do you think about the hostages every day, Amos?
Every day, couple times of every day. I'm very involved, but for myself, I don't do much. Most of my kibbutz people are very involved, much more than me. I'm just support of the demonstration, the campaign.
hopeless situation in Israel, and the fear is also for the future.
Hopeless and fear? You're projecting. There's plenty of hope and there's no fear in Israel. That's the truth, Dr. Maj. You're projecting.
Right.
Did you ever think about that? That maybe your opinion is wrong, that you're projecting? I don't know. It's just a thought. My opinion.
מי זה הבן הזה? הוא ממש לא מוסיף.
Because I do believe that one of the things you should do if you're talking about something is to see it.
Yeah, you established
Okay.
that. Is there a blockade?
The blockade that existed, to the extent it existed, was a blockade to try to make sure that the Israelis and the Egyptians knew what materials were going in and out of Gaza after the first rocket fires when Hamas, in fact, before Hamas was elected. The Israelis and the Egyptians didn't do a very good job of it, were meant to be trying to make sure that the materials that went into Gaza were not materials that could be used to build up the Gaza and Hamas war machine. The reason why trucks get searched is not because the Israelis want to search through grain or flour. It's because they wanted to stop the trucks containing the arms and the
to use. An archaeologist in Akimumi Pohunduran, and like he's pretty solid when it comes to researching Yoruba land. Like one thing I respect about the Yorubas is like they always have their stuff together, man. Like that University of Ibadan is like one of the historical places where like pro-black research has always been done.
And you want to know why? Because they had a black stuff.
Canada and Mexico it's a different country than the United States of America. It's a ceiling, you were saying, and they accept it exists. And they don't think the United States of America should be.
So nothing will prove God for you. Even if God talk to you, you will say, okay, how can I know that this is God?
Do you think every earthquake is caused by God?
Yeah, sure. Nothing can happen without God's permission.
So every time there's an earthquake, God did that?
Sure.
That's not a problem for you? You're good with that?
No, it's not a problem. How is it a problem? But before we move, okay, I will engage you on everything, as you know me, so I will not avoid any discussion. So before this, answer my question to you. Did the story of Sodom and Gomorrah happen from archaeology and geology?
I think the myth of what happened at Sodom and Gomorrah is probably based on something that actually happened. But I think
when the Bible was written.
I'm not done. But all of those things that actually happened can be explained by natural phenomena, no God necessary.
When the Bible was written.
Where was the Bible written?
When?
Oh, you mean when was it compiled?
Yes.
I mean, there's going to be like different opinions about that, but I think it was officially canonized around like 300.
So, do you think?
I never kiss.
Wasn't it Hannah? Oh my goodness, you're right, Chris. You have said you dum-dums, shut your shit mouth. That's cursings.
Yeah. Maybe because you disturb me. Now I start remembering.
No,
I talk to somebody and you interfere me.
No,
I interfere me. You go inside the middle of a conversation.
You're just gonna have to accept that you broke my heart. I can no longer go on. I will go now.
It's a big honor for me to break your heart. So I break her heart. Big deal. She's not
Just there's heartbreakers and there's heartbroken.
Now I will mention it on the road when I see her. I break your heart, like we are lovers and so on.
So what do you think, Amos? Is Dr. Maj right? Are the Israelis fearful? And, are they worried about the future?
I don't think there's a society that isn't worried about their future. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how do you not prepare for what's happening?
You're white, though. You're Anglo-Saxon, right?
I'm a Christian.
Christians in the trainings in Texas, man.
Wait, what's up with your pictures? Is N-word lover? Like, was that about?
He's just a white dude.
I'm Puerto Rican, bitch. I'm fucking nigger.
Yeah, he's not even black. He's Puerto Rican.
Hey, man, you white. We turn Christians into trainers.
Attack you and you just.
I want to spit your bro and put heavy dick inside you, man.
That's ramen noodles, bro. You can get those ramen noodles, 20 ramen. You got ramen.
Latinos kill more Christians. Latinos kill more whites in America, nigga, than Arabs, you faggot ass nigga.
I'm not Arab.
I know you're Christian. You're the ones who want to fucking gas.
No, I like Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus is my boy.
You like dick?
No, Jesus is my boy. I mean, I have a dick. Like, imagine walking around with a dick all day. That's pretty gay, bro. Chico, you're.
Would you suck Jesus' dick? Chico, you suck his dick?
No, you just walk around with a dick all day. That's pretty gay.
So you want to suck
like imagine touching your dick to go pee.
Y'all just stop talking about this. I'm eating like a lot of
I think both of you are gay, but that's fine. You could be DL.
Now, Dr. Amos, another perfect example. There'll never be coexistence ever, Dr. Amos.
Be quiet. Quiet, Republican. Your voice is annoying as fuck and you're not even funny. Okay?
Yeah, you're a Republican.
I'm sorry, but there just won't be coexistence because of people like you, Dr. Maj, and Chico, and AK, and other people. There'll never be coexistence because people like this exist.
Hey, yo. I love black man, Chico.
Hey, yo. Pause.
Hey, Amos, so can you maybe? I don't know.
Are you getting slightly turned on by this conversation between AK and Chico?
Yeah. I'm getting really flustered. Yeah, it's really hot.
Are you still eating your popsicle?
No, I'm eating my lollipop.
Or whatever. Same.
Yeah. Well, I'm licking on it, really.
Almost, do you like this type of conversation?
Yeah, for me it doesn't matter which kind of conversation. I like a little bit arguments, cursing a little bit. In this room you can do a lot. As long as you don't interfere, If you come here to interfere, I will not let you. But as long as this conversation
yeah, as long as we take turns.
I don't mind.
But how does this help further coexistence, Dr. Amos? We want coexistence now, and this is not coexistence. This is vulgarity, low IQ, stupid people.
Yeah, no, the thing is, Republican, you're not attacking us spiritually or emotionally. You're just talking shit. I mean, if you were, actually giving minutes an argument, I think there'd be a conversation. But you're just complaining.
It's my complaint. It's my opinion. It's my argument. You don't like it. That's a you problem.
No, you're not responsible for my feelings, but I'm not emotional about it.
You're responsible for your feelings. I'm responsible for mine.
So why are you acting like that?
Because your conversation has nothing to do with coexistence. What don't you understand? Your conversation has nothing to do with coexistence.
No, that is coexistence.
Almost, by the way, just FYI, if you don't want your root to be killed, I would remove Republicans. I know you don't like root people, but he definitely is
You're the type of guy who will never achieve coexistence, Dr. Maj. That's a you problem.
Yeah, you can start a new page. Okay, that's in the past.
We can keep him as content. We can keep him as content and kick him in the head every now and then.
This is the progression, this healing circle. We're healing Republican right now.
You think this is what coexistence is all about?
I don't know what it's about, but what I do know about it is that I'm supposed to attack you spiritually and emotionally, and then make you stay.
You're projecting your own dysfunction onto me.
Yeah, attack in the bedroom.
No, that's too physical. No physical. No nonviolent challenges, please. I'm not trying to aggressively attack Republican.
No, you should actually, because he's annoying as fuck.
But then
You're projecting, Dr. Maj. That's a you problem. You're extremely annoying as F word.
Why do you sound like you're broken?
Right, he's so annoying, like he's sucking a dick or something. I'm gonna go.
You think I'm sucking a dick? I'm not sucking anything. You suck dicks. You're projecting. Everything we are is what we say, and you're projecting.
You know why he's acting like that, right? That's the fentanyl I gave him.
I mean, fentanyl does the opposite. It actually makes you like chill out. You like be hunched over. That's how you know they're on fentanyl. It's like 'cause they're hunched over.
He needs more. He needs some dog food. He needs some dog food. Chiron.
You're projecting.
I would eat my dog's food.
No, they call heroin dog food. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a slang. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Learn something new. This is coexistence, Republican. That's all. Learning new things.
Do you know how to bark like a dog?
Listen, let's just pray it gets worse. Let's just
I can make my dog bark on command.
Let's just pray it gets worse, okay? We have a bigger division. Let's just pray for that.
I'm sorry, Dr. Amos, if I ruined your room about coexistence. Because it's obviously not a comedy room. It's a very serious room about peace in the Middle East.
Talk to you. You need to go to Georgia, go to Atlanta, go to Martin Luther King Jr.'s house. Okay, you can go to his house, and you can go to the church he was brought up in the past. Like he was a pastor at this church that he grew up in, and he did like 450 speeches a year, and he traveled 350.
Wrong. He doesn't. What did he call him? How did he describe him?
I think he compared him to a methed out psychopath who was holding an entire nation of people hostage, I believe was the.
He also said on here that he wasn't anti-Semitic until the Holocaust. There were no speeches of Hitler's in the 1930s.
This is no. He said he was not public about it.
He said he was downplaying it to win. He said there was a period where he was downplaying it to win over popular support in Germany.
There is no historian of World War II who thinks that Hitler was downplaying anti-Semitism in the 1930s. That was what he was doing. He wrote a book about it in the 1920s. He got to power on it, and he grew his power on the back of it. The idea that you can argue that in the 1930s, Adolf Hitler was downplaying the anti-Semitism, like, there's no historian who would agree with that. So why would you throw out the idea that in the 1930s, Hitler was not being anti-Semitic in public? That was what he was doing in public. He announces to the German parliament what he wants to do. So when you're throwing out claims like he was keeping it down in the 1930s, first of all, what are you doing? And secondly, why?
Okay. I mean, I think that it's kind of hard because I don't even know exactly what Daryl's point on that was, and so I'm not really in a position to argue what he was saying there. I don't think you're giving him the most charitable interpretation.
I don't need to give him the most charitable interpretation to be able to see
I think you're strong-arming it, I should say.
Look, anyone can look up what he said on this show and others, what these two guys in particular have said on repeated podcasts with both of you. It's an attempt to downplay Hitler and always to do down Churchill.
I don't think he downplayed Hitler.
No, I said in conversations with you and others, this is the shtick of these guys. They've decided it's edgy and funny, and I think this is very, very interesting and also very dangerous, because we live in an era now that the right has got some mojo back in America. We saw years of crazy left overreach, where they tried to make us all say the craziest things. And completely predictably, there are now figures on the right playing with really dark and ugly stuff on their side. And they are mainstream. I think it's partly being mainstreamed by the two people I just described. And both of you have kept speaking to these people. And you don't get on the historians who know about this. And that's just... alarming to me.
Well, can I just say, because I kind of do agree with part of what you said there. Like, I do think it is true that almost as a reaction to like the woke insanity that we've seen on the left, and I think nobody's been a more effective critic of that than you. I do think there has kind of been a right-wing reaction that has embraced racialism and
Okay, I'm assuming no.
No, I'm assuming yes. Yeah, of course.
I said, nigga, you got a purse, nigga. He's like, this ain't no purse. I said, nigga, it's a purse, nigga. I said, nigga, that's my little sister, nigga.
Tweet, you making me mad. You making me mad, Tweet. Tweet, come up. I don't gotta sing you no back. I gotta do it, hit your... You know Tweet, man.
Welcome back to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People, aka Tanner 2028, the presidential run that's not happening, and all you weird people updated your PTR with some weird shit called vote for some dumb motherfucker named Tanner. Ain't nobody running for president named Tanner, you brainwashed, hypnotized, dumb motherfuckers. Tanner ain't running for no president. You all just in another clown house room LARPing, pretending to be something, but it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and you are all the more stupid for it. Congratulations on wasting a perfectly good Saturday yet again. You dumb motherfuckers. Go get a life, go to the park, go to the gym, read a book, have a dinner. Do anything other than pretend somebody named Tanner's running for president. Ain't no motherfucker named Tanner running for president, you brainwashed, hypnotized, stupid motherfuckers. Alright, I'm complete, you stupid, low IQ, dumb, extremely stupid motherfuckers. I'm going out for a nice gym. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go for a nice power walk in the sun. Then I'm going to take a hot shower. And then I'm going to have a nice chicken dinner. And I'm going to remember how I roasted all these dumb motherfuckers wasting all their fucking time talking about nothing. Get ready to self-roast, you stupid fucks. Enjoy your own barbecue. What's for dinner? You all roasted. You got cooked like turkey, like bacon, like a cheeseburger, like a set of ribs, like pork, like lamb chops. You all what's for dinner?
With this absolute beyond the pale thing, why somebody like Jake Shields wants to play around with Holocaust denial? Why?
I can't answer for Jake Shields. I don't know.
Why do you think?
I have no idea. I think
a
lot of people get captured by audience
captured by their audience.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You get a lot of positive reinforcement from a bunch of twisted people.
Well, it's also, there's something about, Michael Malice had that great line. He goes, when you take the red pill, you're supposed to take one and not swallow the whole bottle. Yes. And I think there's like this dynamic. What happens is, and of course, people know the red pill is the analogy from the Matrix. The idea that you wake up to realizing that so much of the stuff you believed was bullshit propaganda and it's all lies. And this is a real danger when the establishment and the institutions are all caught with their pants down, having sold a bunch of very consequential policies based on lies. And then once people realize that, they go, well, what else have they been lying to me about? And then they almost want to look into every single thing.
Yeah.
Go, I think the whole thing was lies. Now, I agree with you. There's danger in that. And I think that there are some things that then people jump to conclusions that are totally wrong. But I guess I tend to look at that and go, well, then maybe the people with power, not random podcasters, but like the people with real power should do a better job of not lying through their fucking teeth about everything.
Well, maybe you have power.
That looks so good. For us, modding is like creating art.
And Eva's got everything we need to take our projects to the next level. I like to think.
Maybe you have power, both of you. We live in an era where podcasters have a lot of power. If you go on a podcast with Jake Shields, and Jake Shields goes on to another podcast and says he doesn't think 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust, what do you think's happening there? That's an exercise of power. Okay? And I agree with you about the breakdown of trust. Absolutely. We've lived through an era where, in real time, we saw something called a conspiracy, the lab leak, which turns out to be true, as you and others said it might be from the beginning.
I find that to be very racist.
And joke.
It used to be.
It used to be racist when we were saying that it was likely that the COVID variant had come out from the place making COVID variant.
Especially since it was the
It
exact
seemed like it. Seemed like it was possible to us.
By the way, ask yourself this: who has access to your medical history? In theory, it's just you and your doctor, but in reality, hundreds of shady companies called data brokers are keeping tabs on every symptom you Google, every treatment you research, and every pre-existing condition they think you might have. That's valuable intel for advertisers and insurance companies who will take any excuse to raise your premiums. But there's a way to get your privacy back, and that is with ExpressVPN. With ExpressVPN, 100% of your online activity is rerouted through secure encrypted servers. This makes it impossible for third parties to invade your privacy. ExpressVPN also hides your IP address, which is the number.
Johnson won because of those.
I go, no, what happened is these freaks were eating bat heads.
That's right.
Wait, that's not racist?
Pretty
The
racist.
other one was racist?
It's pangolins.
Well, that one fell apart in front of our eyes.
Well, it took
of course,
4
it took 4 years. And I've said repeatedly, it's kind of inevitable to me that if you see something that is called a racist conspiracy theory fall apart and become also what we used to call true in a few years, it's likely to blow a lot of people's minds. But the question then is, do you help those minds blow themselves out some more by doing a whole load of other conspiracy stuff? Do you decide to go, hey, what else have we been lied to? Maybe Churchill wasn't a great guy. Maybe Hitler wasn't such a bad guy. Maybe the Holocaust.
Nobody is saying that. No one is saying maybe Hitler wasn't such a bad guy.
People are saying that.
No one's saying that.
In the 1930s, Hitler kept the anti-Semitism down.
No. That's not what he's saying. What he was saying is that he didn't do it as publicly. He was doing it in meetings because the support for that kind of thinking wasn't as ubiquitous as it was.
I've seen this. I've seen this before. I know exactly what these guys are drinking. They're drinking a couple of very, very discredited historians like David Irving, and they are just regurgitating it. And it was always been the same thing. It is always an attempt to minimize Hitler's anti-Semitism actions. Eventually down the road, you get to minimizing his actual involvement in the Holocaust, and then you can go on to the next
say that about Daryl.
What you're guilty of here is kind of similar to, I think, something that the woke left has done, which is this concept creep, where you're talking about some people online who are doing this thing, and then you're lumping in other people with them. Listen, I'll just say this right now. Daryl Cooper is currently, I believe, almost finished, or he's working on a big World War II series. And when this comes out,
going to be on?
we can see. Yeah, he does long form podcasts. When this comes out, I'm quite confident to say beforehand that if you're going into it expecting him to be downplaying,
but to be a state. Well, okay, then let's see how that. This is exactly how the Arabs feel about Israel. The Arabs existed, whether regardless how you feel about it, in that land, in Jerusalem, for 1,400 years.
Oh my gosh!
It's weird to me that it's called Jerusalem when it literally is comprised of Jews.
It's called Jerusalem. It's not even pronounced Jerusalem. These dumb fucks don't even know how to pronunciate. It's called Jerusalem.
Let's be civil, please. Let's be civil and no cursing. Thank you. Let's be serious, dude.
Listen, the Jews rock, and anybody who hates the Jews is a loser.
Okay. Thank you. Now let's focus on the point here. The thing is, no, the Jews never ever, even when you read about Ben Gurion and other Jews, they never disputed that the Arabs were there. By the way, they never ever disputed. But it's not a democracy. It's not about the Arabs existing there or not.
Let me ask you a question, honestly. What is an Arab? I mean, isn't that just like an ethnic group?
It's not originally. Well, okay, I'm gonna give you a short explanation. Originally, the word Arab was not ethnic. Originally, it was just geographical. For example, since the Roman times, you had Philip the Arab. He was only called that way because he was from Yemen, from Yemen. That it
What
was
about
just pure
Judea?
geographical.
What about when the Romans went against ancient Judea? Can I please?
What about?
Can I? They were Jew. Can I please?
Yes, they were Jews. Yes.
That was 2,100 years ago. It's 2025, you guys. Are you all time travelers too?
Please, I would like to comment on this, Jacob. 2,000 years ago, when Titus of Rome displaced and scattered the Jews all over the place, the Romans were the reason why the Jews aren't.
Get your point. Like, there was lots of pushback. If you were saying he should go and debate somebody who's giving him pushback on that, okay, maybe. I also think it's reasonable for him to say, I don't really do debates.
Yeah, I think it's weird to mainstream very fringe views constantly and not give another side. I think that's weird.
Well, I mean, I think there's a little bit of a contradiction here. You're saying now that these are fringe views, but then you're also saying that these are enormously powerful
No.
views.
There's no contradiction. Let me clear it up if you think there is. I think there are very fringe views that have become mainstreamed on the right.
But then aren't they not fringe by definition?
Sure, you can play an epistemological game.
I'm just saying what's
But
behind
you do
it.
understand the concept, don't you?
That fringe ideas become mainstreamed. Okay,
right.
Sure.
So that's it.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure. So you're saying that what Joe shouldn't have Daryl Cooper on?
I'm saying that if you mainstream very, very fringe views, which are easily able to be debunked, if you mainstream them, at some point that view that was so fringe will be what eager, very disconnected, unhappy people are going to start playing with too. And if these people are such experts in how you see a society go weird, they can look at what is happening to a portion of the right everywhere on this stuff. There's a portion of the right across the West that is playing this very dark game, and they're doing it deliberately, and you can't not be aware of that.
I agree with that. I don't think Daryl Cooper is doing that, but I do agree with your characterization.
No, but
I think it's a pretty important distinction there.
You're just taking this one statement, and then where he's trying to joke around with his buddy, this Churchill statement, and this is the basis of
he and these other guys are all doing the anti-Churchill stuff now.
But he's not doing an anti-Churchill stuff.
He and the other Churchill was
the author of this whole Operation Unthinkable, right? Where they wanted to use the Nazis to invade Russia. Wasn't that Churchill?
He wrote the Zohar?
Savings you just can't beat.
This horse is gross.
If you have to wipe yourself raw just to get clean, dude.
Is that not true?
We're going to have to get into the weeds on Churchill. There is always going to be a corner which you can get me on a bit of Churchill.
I think comprehensive views.
Yeah, Churchill was never working with the Germans to invade.
No. This is a plan that was drawn up.
Millions.
Did you know the Operation Unthinkable? Operation Unthinkable was when, at the end of the war, I believe Churchill was concerned about the rise of Russia in the rise of the Soviet Union. And the idea was what the historical facts are about this. Operation Unthinkable needed to accumulate possible future war plans developed by the British Chiefs of Staff Committee against the Soviet Union during 1945. The plans were never implemented. The creation of the plans was ordered by the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill on May 1945. The British Armed Forces joined plans in May 1945, the end of World War II in Europe. One plan assumed a surprise attack on the Soviet forces stationed in Germany to oppose the will of the United States, and the British Empire upon Russia. The will was qualified as a square deal for Poland, but added that does not necessarily limit the military commitment. The assessment signed by the Chief of Army Staff on 9 June 1945 included it would be beyond our power to win a quick but limited success, and we would be committed to a protracted war against heavy odds. The code was,
This is okay. First of all, I never do Wikipedia.
That's okay.
No, that's okay. It's okay.
This is just what Jamie pulled up.
Okay, but first of all, yes, at the end of the war, a plan requested that wasn't seen through that suggests that after the defeat of Nazism, communism of the Soviet form is also going to be a threat to Europe was simply evidence that, I mean, it's obvious.
True.
It's what Churchill had worried about throughout the 40s. He worried about it at Yalta. He worried about it everywhere. I'm sorry, but I have to return to this point that this man manages to do one of the most heroic things in human history in standing alone against evil in its most concentrated form. And he does about as much as any human being can do to save the civilized world. If you just park that and you go on to a plan in 1945 to try to counter Soviet domination of Europe, you see what I'm saying? This is not doing something in the round.
Yeah, it's also look. I mean, I'm not even like I'm not at all the expert on World War II, and I'm not like gonna debate with you about World War II. But I would say that like there's a lot of room for nuance and disagreement with what you just said. You know, in the 20th century, we had 2 world wars. They're the worst thing, objectively speaking, the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of the world. And the Second World War is the biggest bloodbath in human history, and it ended with handing the man who you just mentioned, Joseph Stalin, half of Europe. So listen, if you want to argue, I'm Jewish and of German descent, so like I'm not against the argument that it was the Nazis had to be defeated and that was the most important thing, but there still is just the basic facts that it almost couldn't have gone worse. It was like just a nightmare for civilization. And if people want to look back at that and go, man, was there any other way this could have been handled? Was there any other way? Were there blunders that were made here? Now, personally, what I feel much more comfortable arguing would be that I try to blame everything I can on Woodrow Wilson as much as I can, because also he created the income tax and the Federal Reserve and did so much to damage my country. But I think American entry into World War I was really a disaster, and imposing the Treaty of Versailles on Germany was a disaster. I also think that's kind of fairly mainstream history. Like, that's not a particularly controversial view, that like imposing the Treaty of Versailles on Germany ended up in disaster.
Well, no, except that Martin Amis said the only way to not get to the Treaty of Versailles would be for Germany to win World War I, but yeah.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the Nazis winning the war. We're talking about, you know, listen, I think that...
And secondly, sorry, I just have to address that fundamental. You say the outcome of World War II and everything happening, it was the worst thing that's ever happened, and the worst thing imaginable, worst possible outcome, you said.
No doubt.
You said worst possible outcome. Let me give you a much worse possible outcome. Hitler wins.
Right, okay.
Sure. So it's not the worst possible outcome.
I mean, that's true. Listen, but okay, Hitler, yes, okay. I'm not saying you can't dream up a worse outcome. I'm saying what you had...
Not dreaming up. That's just what my country and others went through.
What did end up happening was 60 million people died, including the Holocaust, and then Joseph Stalin takes half of Europe. So, okay, fine. I'll correct that. There is a worse outcome.
Right.
But that's not a great one.
No, nobody said it was. This is like, it's a very weird argument that you now hear about this. This attempt to revision this, and I know why it's happening.
I don't think there's anything saying it's revisionist.
I think there is. But this attempt to sort of say, look, you know, at the end of World War II, what have we got? Stalin has half of Europe. What was the point? And so on. That's going on. That's going on. And there are people who are feeding it. That argument is very similar. This particular school of, as it were, history is doing something that I've seen happen with American history as well, particularly with Lincoln. Lincoln's an interesting comparison to make with Churchill on this. There are people who will criticize Churchill for mistakes made, not hard to do. Quite hard not to make mistakes while fighting a war of total annihilation against your country. People will say, oh, he didn't sort this out in 1945. You know, it's rather like Lincoln. He didn't solve every problem in the world for all time, but he solved a hell of a big problem for his time. And that requires some kind of generosity of spirit and understanding in hindsight, as opposed to, I will find something that he did that I wouldn't have done, because if I'd have been running the British Empire in 1939, I'd have known exactly how to do it, and I'd have known how to hold the whole thing together, and I'd have kept Stalin back, and he'd have been great at Yalta. And This is.
I don't think anybody's saying that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there's a tendency of like woke left kids to do this, but I don't think that's what certainly not what I'm saying, and I don't think what Daryl's saying. I do also think that one of the bigger kind of the bigger picture dynamics to all of this is that we have at least since 9/11 been in a state of perpetual war, and all of these wars have been disasters. They have been so many lies involved in selling all of them. I mean, the whole Iraq war, the whole war in Afghanistan, just lying the whole way through. I mean, I remember literally having conversations with Green Berets in the middle of the war in Afghanistan, and they're like, George W. Bush is telling you that the army we're building up there is really successful. This thing's going to fall in a week without us. And then all through the Obama administration, it's just like lie after lie after lie with disastrous wars. And so this does create a fertile ground for people to say, I wonder if they were lying about all these wars.
Sure.
Again, I'm not really trying to argue about World War II. I'd rather argue about
I know you all had the conversation up here about the perfect website. Now it's time to have that same conversation with Wiz. That is hope.
Well, should you not talk about mistakes that were made overall?
Absolutely.
Okay, you should.
Absolutely. Right. I'm all for going back and looking at
So
mistakes.
what is your argument then?
It's a very weird thing to go back, zone in on a man, say this one thing is a mistake and should characterize him, and you ignore everything
You're
else.
taking him
It's
out of
like
context
wild,
when you're talking about
weird
Daryl,
thing.
who's done, what was it, 30 plus hours?
So what? 30 plus hours of
But you
podcasting. You do that in a week.
UFC 314 is headed to South Beach, and it won't be all glitz and glamour, but the stars will be out. Don't miss any of the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. It promises to be another banger.
BG.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers must expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
It's very different. He's not doing a podcast like talking to people.
Okay, nor is he doing scholarly work, nor is he working in the archives. Come on. I mean, he is not the historian of our era.
But he's not claiming to be.
This is the thing, Joe. This is like punching jelly.
No, but you
can
don't
always
consume
dance around
his work.
Well, I'm saying because I don't need to consume endless versions of a revisionist history. I understand. I
But it's
know
not
where this comes
revisionist
from.
history. If you listen to his work, it's not revisionist history. He's basing it on historical.
But I know. But okay. So this is my point about jelly. It's a shape-shifting thing. Comedian or historian?
He's not a comedian.
Historian or podcast? It would be historian or actual historian. You say he doesn't claim to be a historian, but he's pumping out tens of hours of
Neither
history.
does Dan Carlin. He doesn't claim to be a historian either.
You see my point about the move? It's like some weird jujitsu move.
No, I don't.
Where you say, hang on, you know all about this as well. You say, I'm not a historian, but I'm going to spend my time talking about history. I'm not a journalist, but I'm going to spend my time talking about this thing. I'm not an expert on this, but I'm going to spend my time talking about this thing. It's a weird move, yeah?
No.
You don't think?
No, I'm a free American. I can talk about
You
what I
can
like
talk
to.
about
So
what
I
you
don't. So
want.
what is the
I've
point here?
noticed you can. But
So
we
what's
all
the
can.
point?
The point is, what are you pushing? What are you watering?
What am
Why?
I pushing?
Yes.
Liberty, free markets, peace, prosperity, not getting in another stupid catastrophic war, which we're on the precipice of right now. That's what I'm pushing.
What are we on the precipice of?
Well, I think weren't you just talking about it the other day? Everyone I hear on the inside says we're about to attack Iran. I think you just said something about that the other day. Am I wrong about that? I thought I saw in one of your interviews that you did.
So, that doesn't mean we are on the verge of a war. I mean, you keep referring to we being in wars. There's a very big difference between a country having a military that's engaged and a country being at war. This country has not been at war for 25 years. You have not been fighting for the American homeland for 25 years.
Yes, we haven't. That's true. We haven't had a war on our shores. We've been picking on third world countries halfway around the world.
Well, you haven't been randomly picking on them. I mean, Afghanistan, you went.
I didn't say it was random.
Yeah, right. Okay. It wasn't like you suddenly decided to bomb Myanmar or something. You went to Afghanistan to find Bin Laden and take revenge for 9/11 and stop an attack like that happening again on the American homeland. That is very different from a country being at war.
Yeah,
but
characterization of the war in Afghanistan. It's one thing to say that might be an accurate characterization of the special operations mission in late 2001, but then we fought a 20-year regime change war against the Taliban.
Because you got dragged into the quicksand of war.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, fine, but
Fine.
I thought it wasn't a war. Like, I don't get
No,
your
I said it
argument.
wasn't war. It's your use of we, as if you're personally like suffering this war. And yeah, you're a
Yes,
taxpayer.
when I say we,
we're
it
taxpayers,
implies,
so we
okay.
pay for it. Okay, fine.
Douglas,
But, I mean,
if I
look,
went back and corrected you on every time you've used the term "we" to refer to your government or something like that, like if I were to say, "Oh, we just
It's fine,
imposed
just-
tariffs on China,"
it's
would
just
you point out that
take
I
it-
didn't,
you
and it was
take
the Trump administration?
You take it obviously very personally, and that's your right to do so, of course. I'm just trying to make sure we're accurate here.
What do you think I'm taking personally?
Just that, the American wars.
Sure, yeah, I think they've killed hundreds of thousands of people and cost my country $8 trillion and degraded my country very much.
And there's a very good argument to make on that. I'm still slightly bemused about this move from I'm an expert on this and I have views to I'm a comedian.
I've never claimed to be an expert on anything.
This is the problem, Joe. I mean, if somebody
Wait a
says
minute, you have to claim to be an expert on something to have an opinion on
no,
something?
you don't have to be. You don't have to be. But
So what's
this is
the
like
issue?
I'm not a historian, but I'm pumping out history.
But wait a minute,
I'm not an expert, but I'm talking all the time about
But
this
you're not
thing.
even talking about specifically on what he just said.
No, I'm saying this is my point about this. You say I'm not an expert.
So what's the solution? To not talk about it?
No, it's to have more experts around.
Well, the expert class hasn't done a great job.
I know.
This is follow the science.
Absolutely,
Yeah, but you know what?
absolutely, I
Okay,
agree
fine,
with
so
that.
during-
I just said
okay,
to you, I agree with
right,
that.
I know.
But
So
one of the
Douglas,
problems
during
is-
all of COVID,
Fire away.
I will put my track record against any of the expert class on COVID. I'm glad to do that. So should I just shut up? Should I shut up by opposing lockdowns and opposing vaccine mandates and
Well,
talking
that
about
was the argument at the time. You realize
That's
that,
the
right?
entire argument that you're making. Let the experts handle this.
No.
You're not an expert. I was right. I was just a
You're
comedian.
wildly not listening to what I'm saying. I think you have to take. I think we should agree, perhaps, on the following: that one major thing can break down in front of your eyes, or many major things, and it does not mean that every single one of the sewer gates should be lifted. Okay?
Yeah, I get that.
Right.
Who's saying it should be?
I'm saying this is a chatter on what is part of our side at the moment. Is that a lot of the sewer gates are being lifted, sometimes by people who know that they're doing it, sometimes by people who don't, sometimes by people who say, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. But at the very least, there's some damn hygiene that should be required, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but sure.
Just that. Let's have a bit of hygiene on our own side, not lift every sewer gate.
And when you say our own side, you mean the right wing, broadly speaking.
Broadly speaking, and I'm sort of funny about libertarians, I'm never quite sure. I always say I think libertarians are essentially the bisexuals of politics. They should just choose, Joe. They should choose. It's kind of, they just want everything buffet.
That's very funny. Well, I think we want something. I don't know. Okay, that's a weird way to put it, but I see your point. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. Look, I mean, essentially, I just don't. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. But if your argument is that, like, you're saying I claim to be an expert, but then I have like a parachute to get out of it by being like, hey, I'm just a comedian. I was just saying this. But I don't think I've ever like really claimed to be an expert. Why
are you going around? I know, but
because I'm interested in these topics.
Yeah, I know, but isn't it weird to go around, for instance, let's get to the last year. It's a bit weird to be simultaneously saying I'm not an expert on a conflict and talking about it everywhere.
I don't think so. Not really. I mean, I don't know. I don't think like I don't see how you.
Do you talk about these things?
Which things?
All these things that we're talking about.
Some of them, yeah.
Are you an expert?
I am on some, yes.
On some,
you're talking about something you're not an expert on.
You'll
Okay,
notice
so
that
what should you do?
You'll
What should you do if those subjects get breached?
Well, I think that you educate yourself as much as you
Shouldn't
can.
you say I'm not an expert and then give your opinion if you're in the middle of a
I think
conversation?
as I say, I think that it's a weird move to say, I'm not an expert on this, but I'm going to talk about it nonstop. I think that is true.
Listen, I will certainly concede that I am weird. So I'm not disagreeing with you. It's weird that I'm as obsessed with all this stuff as I am. I mean, like, okay, I'm a weird guy. I tell jokes at nightclubs and then get obsessed with politics and monetary policy and like, okay, fine. But I just like fundamentally disagree with this idea that, which I really do think is quite anti-democratic in spirit and quite elitist. That there's an expert class. They can have opinions on all of these things. It's weird for any regular person who's just read about it.
Not my view. Not my view.
Seems like what's
no,
what you're saying.
I conceded already. I said a long time ago that I believe much of the expert class let itself and us fall down very badly. And I think that happened in foreign policy in areas, not every area, but it happened in some areas. I think it happened with COVID in many areas. But that does not mean that it's just a free-for-all. No. There are some things we can still verify to be true and can still agree on as baseline levels of agreement in a free society. And yes, everyone is free to air their views, but it does not mean that everyone who sounds off on an issue, whether it's World War II, war in the Middle East, war in Ukraine, has an equally valid point of view. No.
I certainly wouldn't argue. I mean, that to me is just batting down a straw man. I mean, I certainly wouldn't argue that everyone has an equally valid point of view, and I certainly wouldn't argue that there shouldn't be some standards of like who you would want to find interesting and talk to and who you wouldn't. But also, it's like, so let's have the conversation that like I don't know, like if there's if there are experts out there who can smack all of this stuff down or just destroy every point that I make over the years or whatever, like, okay, so then do it. And then let's see.
Yeah, well, that's a bit weird because also then it's like the debate me bro thing. But
you just not debating.
It's fine. Yeah, I know. Let me just make the main point. I think what I'm trying to get at, Joe, is that it's a bit like the Twitter algorithm thing, which is, yes, everyone is and should be free to say what they like on Twitter, apart from whatever the very fringe things of like immediate incitement to violence and all that kind of thing. But we all know that one of the oddities of Twitter, including since Elon took over, is that what you hope is a restored marketplace of ideas ends up pushing you really crazy shit.
Yes.
And that is what I'm suggesting is happening on a podcast level and maybe on a wider level beyond that. I get stuff on Twitter I just do not want. I do not want a guy with 1,500 followers who's got some zany new view on something, who isn't an expert but is an expert, to be pushed at me. And effectively what is happening with the Twitter algorithm is happening everywhere else as well. And we're all for the open marketplace of ideas. I want that. I thrive in it. But it is different once you get into the thing of, is something manipulating the algorithm behind? Is the algorithm being pushed on me? Why am I being given this? Why am I not being given that? Why am I being constantly pushed this view? And I think that the answer to a great degree is the same thing in your world as it is in the Twitter world, which is, if you go straight online and you say, JFK file drops, watch live stream of Kennedy historians reading the papers live, you're not going to get any views. No one's going to watch it. But that's what's needed is for the people who know the documents to go through the documents. But you and I know that if, as there was some guy who did immediately, you do something like live stream Mossad involvement in JFK, you're going to milk it. You're going to cream it online. The money comes in. I'm saying that there's a similar algorithm in all of our lives that we're not as aware of as we should be, which is that because we all know this at some level, that there are certain things that get a bit of your base going, or get people going interesting and crazy, and then they start debating it and all that sort of thing. And that algorithm of online seems to me to be spilling into the real world.
I don't disagree that there's certainly more sensationalist stuff will get you more clicks. I also don't think it's not really unique to social media or podcasting. I mean, this has been true.
Right, for the tabloids.
Yeah, this has always been true. Right? So yeah, okay, so it's kind of one of the problems
Yeah, I
of
don't think
humanity.
anybody's arguing against that. It's certainly never my intention when I talk to someone to try to get more views. It sounds crazy, but I'm only talking to people that I'm interested in talking to. And in Daryl's case, it's because I've been a listener of his podcast for years.
What do you think? What are you doing? It's like freezing outside.
You know swim trunk selections. That's it. This is like genuinely how I perceive things. That's why you're here. I'm genuinely interested in your views as well. Even though you completely disagree with him. That's this is the marketplace of ideas in real time.
I agree. Although, as I say, I think you've massively underrepresented the pro-Ukraine argument and the pro-Israel argument in the last 2 years.
I don't know. I mean, well,
that's my observation.
Okay, you're totally allowed to have that observation. What's the pro-Ukraine argument that you think is not being represented enough?
Well, my broad view is that, again, something to do with the algorithm, that anything that is conspiratorial about Zelensky or the Ukrainians in the conflict does very well. Anything that says, actually, the Ukrainian army is fighting to try to retain as much of their country as they can, doesn't do as well. I think that everything that is pushing the idea that, for instance, the Americans caused it or something like that does well. I think everything that says, actually, in February 2022, Vladimir Putin's tanks invaded Ukraine and they shouldn't have done, doesn't do as well.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that what Vladimir Putin did wasn't horrific.
That's not my point. The point is that after that, there's a whole set of things. Let's look at, for instance, the issue of corruption.
Okay.
Ukraine is a pretty corrupt country by EU standards, by World Bank standards. And it's been a problem, as it is in that neck of the woods. And it's understandable that if the US is one of the countries putting money and arms into Ukraine, then it's going to be a subject of legitimate interest to American people and others, the European taxpayers. Nevertheless, you end up in this, and I know this because it's the same thing in the old media. You end up on like the new bit of the story, and there's always a risk that you will lose sight of the beginning of the story. For instance, I mean, Putin's corruption is legendary, gargantuan, and not as interesting, it seems to me. The algorithm doesn't push that, and I think that's, to a greater extent, the case with the Israel-Hamas war as well.
Well, isn't there a little bit of a concern? Like, I would say a couple things here. Number one, I'm not denying, I don't know how the algorithm works or what it's pushing, and it's an interesting thing that we probably should all know more about, but I think there's a danger when you're, to just classify everything as, well, the algorithm pushes this and doesn't push this. It's like, it could also be that some ideas are just resonating more and some ideas are more popular than other ideas, and there's probably both of those things are at work in that dynamic.
Sure.
But I also think that something like, the reason why, say, talking about Ukrainian corruption is more interesting in a lot of ways than talking about Russian corruption is obviously because, like, well, one of these countries is an enemy and the other one is one that we're sending tens of billions of dollars to. And so, debating on between Zelensky and the weapons companies, he says he only got $70 billion of it, but we've spent closer to 170, so whatever. But the point is that obviously, if there is a country that we are propping up, funding, arming, and they're corrupt, I would say my starting point would always be to be more concerned with that corruption than an enemy country, which is almost kind of a given, is a corrupt country. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there are fringes of the right who might say, like, Vladimir Putin's some great guy or something like that. But that is, I really do not think that is the argument that most people who are critical of this, of Biden's policy, are making.
Sure. I mean, I think one of the interesting things that happens in this is the old cliche of losing the wood for the trees.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens an awful lot, and it's the nature of the old news cycle, let alone the current one, the social media era. Actually, I remember that. Sorry, I would only go back to World War II. Let me just very quickly. I remember this debate with Pat Buchanan when he was debating much more learned historians on the subject of the origins of World War II. And the whole thing got lost in all of this sort of mad puzzle of views about iron ore production in the Bavarian forest and this sort of thing. And I remember that everyone was all over the place, and the moderator turned to the historian Andrew Roberts and said, Andrew Roberts, why did World War II begin? And he said, World War II began because Hitler invaded Poland. And those moments come along quite often at the moment, which is, yes, there's an awful lot of very interesting things to look into. There's a lot of very interesting things going on which we should all be able to talk about and do talk about. But sometimes you have to remember the origin causes of things as well, and you have to stick to keeping that in mind.
Yeah, well,
And I think that a lot of people are pretty bad at the moment of keeping that in mind. Like you can concede Ukrainian corruption, you can concede all sorts of things, and still not lose sight of the thing of if Russia rolls tanks into neighboring countries,
yeah,
it can't be allowed.
Oh, well, listen, okay, so on that, I think we have an area of agreement, and I do think, like, even while I much prefer the path that Donald Trump is pursuing to the path that Joe Biden pursued when it comes to the war in Ukraine, and of course this is, you know, Donald Trump's thing.
Don't be loud!
He's going to call you every bad nickname that there is. But when he
said, when you don't piss him off,
well, sure. But when he's
the days come to mind.
I believe he said that Zelensky started the war.
Yes,
which is like, okay, all right, that's a little bit.
109 countries, and this is going to be 100th country, so get ready.
And now you're being thrown out of Gaza. They threw you out of Jordan. They threw you out of Lebanon. They threw you out of Kuwait. You're being thrown out of the United States because nobody liked jihadist terror. And now you're being thrown. Now you are being thrown out of Gaza because you are savage. Your behavior is unacceptable in the West. And no one,
People in Jordan are Palestinians.
keep you in Gaza, no one will lift a finger to defend you. The Arabs are finished with you because you are savage. The Arabs are done with you, Princey. Nobody wants you. They do not want you. Therefore, you will leave. You will pack your, interestingly, you probably missed the 15 planes a day that are leaving, filled with Palestinians who have had enough of savages like you. Because there are,
That's so not true.
there
So not true.
are decent Palestinians, and they are finished with savages like you. They come on the app. Their airplanes are documented. It's tough for you to hear. I understand. It is tough for you to hear. And when I give you the truth, you feel what I'm at. But it's we can feel free to freak out, Princey. The world is done with you and your jihadist terror. Put your little dwarfy fingers in your little dwarfy ears and go la 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 la. Because you don't want to hear what I'm saying. But you hear me, Princey. You hear me with your stubby little dwarfy fingers in your ears. The world is finished with your terrorism. We're sick of jihad.
It's only getting started.
We're sick of Boko Haram. We're sick of Al-Shabaab. We're sick of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. We're sick of Fatah. And now, since you decided to fight us, we will fight you. We will defeat you. We will crush you. And we will provide an opportunity for the decent Palestinians to live in peace and prosperity as our neighbors, if any remain. And you can deal with that, Princey Pooh. You can deal with it. It ain't gonna change. Sorry, Princey Pooh. Nobody wants to hear the squeaking of a dwarf with your little dwarfy vocal cords and your children's clothes. Nobody needs to hear from you, Princey.
Prince, what year did your parents stop finally giving you a...
Enough. Edward, you want to speak a little bit to change
I just want to say one thing, Amos. And Normal comes here and lies. No, he never sources it.
Okay. Yes, you're not lying. Yes, you are saying the truth. Edward,
I'll change this. I'll change the topic a little bit. So it looks like the it looks like Hamas is in Egypt, and Israel is also in Egypt, finalizing the modified, I call it the modified ceasefire agreement. It's supposed to be a bridge agreement that leads into phase 2. And they're talking about between 8 and 11 prisoners will be exchanged for around 2,000 Palestinians. So and it should be in effect within the next 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Look at the prophet Edward. He's a prophet.
We call somebody that reads articles in the news a prophet. You have very low standards.
I don't know. I mean, I'm 42. Like, I've met a lot of Palestinians. You know, they have these passports, but they never really quite seem to have a country. They always seem to have conflict. Why is that? Why can't they just keep their hands in their pockets and not commit terrorism? I don't know. Maybe it's the Islam. Maybe it's the jihadists. Maybe it's got something to do with that. I don't know. I know they don't just like eating shawarma. I know they like committing themselves to death wars and death cults in the name of Allah and Muhammad and the Quran. I don't know. It's just my opinion. That is a beautiful party hat, Dr. Prince. How many more party hats are you going to have to buy?
Almost, if you don't kick him out, we're going to leave out.
That's okay. Nobody's going to miss you. I promise you.
Go. Sure not Chico. That's
go.
Let's go, guys.
Nobody's paying you to be here. Go.
Go, 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 go!
Go ahead, guys. Finally. On October 7th, they had GoPros recording everything. Now they're afraid of somebody recording in Clubhouse. Go make it make sense.
He's live streaming us, everybody. Let's run away, run away!
Well, for the record, I wasn't actually there on October 7th, so I don't know why you grouped me into
You were just the people you support.
No, I don't actually.
People you support were there.
I don't know.
He joined the cause after 7th October.
No, I don't support them. I was aware of the.
Palestinians. Recording. He said he doesn't support Palestinians.
I was born before 7th, so I was born before.
No, don't you support the Palestinians?
No, I support the Palestinians, not the Hamas.
Let's go decide.
They're different things.
So decide.
They could just, they're two very different things. Obviously, you guys are not aware of that. You're limited.
Yeah, we got to go to. Okay, who's in charge of the Palestinians, Aziz? Please educate us. Tell us who's in charge.
Well, wait, hold on a second. So they're not on it, so they're being in charge.
No, of the country, the state, the people, the war, the conflict, the army. Who's in charge of these?
Well, their leadership is not one. Even they're divided.
Who's in charge of these?
Well, like I said, Israel's leadership done a great job.
No, not Israel. Who's in charge of Palestine?
Well, it depends. Are we talking PLO or are we talking Hamas?
I'm asking you. You seem to know nothing about this.
They're divided.
Okay, so which two people are in charge? Tell us. They're divided into how many pieces?
What is this? What is this?
This is your test coming up. This is your A levels. Who's in charge of Palestine?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Just try to slow it down, Aziz, and speak eloquently. We know you're such an eloquent speaker. Just slow yourself down and take your time and respond succinctly in a complete thought. A couple sentences will do. You're so eloquent.
In a way you guys can understand. So,
who are you supposed to
listen, everybody, listen here good. I'm gonna get them a damn truck.
Yeah.
Buddy. No goddamn won't be damn Trump, no man. You ain't gonna come to my goddamn bullshit. We're gonna put some goddamn tariffs on them, know what I mean? Tariffs on them. I'm gonna put 115% tariffs on them.
Hi, authentic. Authentic.
Tariffs.
Who is that's not a person. Who's in charge of
Tariffs.
Who in Palestine do you support?
I support.
Which party?
I support deportation, mass deportation, and terrorists.
In other words, you have no clue, do you?
I support my truck, VA. I support my truck.
El Normo, don't you see what he's doing right now? He's actually showing us that he's just a memory box repeating things. It's all Dr. Aziz actually does. He's a propaganda promulgator.
Nothing about called Palestine. So who should we make a deal with?
So unlike you guys, I don't have a script. So I'm just, speaking my mind, So
Oh, yeah, everybody's operating on a script except for you, Dr. Aziz. Okay, sure. It's like the Truman Show.
So I want peace everywhere, yeah. That includes everywhere.
Anyway. Okay, so who should you make a peace deal with? Tell us the name of the person. Take your time.
Well, the
What's his name? Can you name a Palestinian newspaper?
Jewish network. Look at this. They raised 127 billion.
Oh my God! Give me a name. I would ask you for if I would ask you an Israeli one. Do you know an Israeli one? Do you know an Israeli newspaper?
Can you name me a Palestinian utility company that supplies?
No. I think you know. Do you know of an Israeli newspaper? Do you know of an Israeli newspaper?
Oh my God! What are these?
Do you know the name of an Israeli? Because you do. For example, Haaretz. Okay, you heard of this, right? Can you give me a name of a Palestinian newspaper?
Oh my God!
You heard of that?
Oh my God. Maybe it's
Oh my God.
Oh my God, the newspaper.
Oh my God. Maybe we should read it.
Like, this is a level of discourse that's below me. I just can't.
What the hell? Read the newspaper.
Is it really more
Educated.
This is like playground.
Yeah.
This is like
They
playground.
paid the solicitors.
So, you know what? Give me a name of a famous Palestinian. Let me
Wait,
think.
who wants to be a millionaire? Like, what would
No, I want to know if you know so much about politics. Like, you know.
Of a talk show host.
You know what? I would like to learn. Listen. You obviously know about the Palestinians way more than me. And I would actually love to know, because all I know about the Palestinians is everything to do with like connections to Israel. And I would like to understand, I would like to learn more about them in the things that are unrelated to Israel.
I'll teach you about them.
Like their,
Yes.
yes.
So, they're a diverse people, they're not disclosing as much as you'd like them to be.
Yeah, the percentage,
They
okay.
used to be.
Give us a percentage.
I'll give you
Percentage.
50. You can control your emotions.
Percentage.
You ask me a question.
You're saying that they're not all Muslim, right? So
Let me explain. I'm telling you about the Palestinians. You might need to ask me a question.
how many of them are Jews?
Stop me when
How
I'm.
many of them are Jews? How many of them are Jews?
I'm getting there.
Okay, you get there, but land in 1 minute. Let him speak 60 seconds.
If you're a
60 seconds you have.
This is
But I want to learn about the Palestinians, the culture. I mean, the thing that you're saying, it's like obvious things, like, you know, like, viewing stuff that I don't know.
He's going to tell us
Okay,
the
guys,
amount of
let's just
Muslims,
speak over
the
each
amount
other.
of
Let's all
Christians.
speak at the same time. Randy,
Yeah,
come on.
now you're going to tell us the amount of Muslims.
Everybody at the
Okay,
same
let's be
time.
quiet and listen.
Come off
Yeah,
mute.
yeah.
Norm, can we get you off mute? We're going to speak at the same time
Speak,
now.
speak.
No, it's 50. Don't stop speaking now.
No, you tell us
Daniel,
how
louder, Daniel a bit louder. On a normal off mute, we're all going to go at the same time. 50, come off mute. 50, can you come off mute? 50, Swifty, we need you. Daniel, come off mute. We're all going to speak at the same time. All together now. All together now. Come on, let's not have a louder, guys. Come on.
He's dodging, so let's be muted and let's wait for his answer. How many Muslims are in Palestine? Okay, we are ready, yeah.
Daniel, louder. We got to do it together, guys. We're not going to have a conversation if we're not going to speak over each other.
Listen to them. You answer or not? Okay? You don't play with us because I don't play with you.
Swiftly, let's be on mute and let's see how long he preaches about us not being on mute. Let's on you. Let's see.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bit of reverse psychology always does the trick. So cool.
What is your point, Aziz? Can you just spit it out?
I'm about to make it. So let me break it down. It's simple. Stop me when you struggle to comprehend. Stop me when you. Daniel, can you come off mute? Daniel, louder. Daniel, we need 50. Okay, off mute. 50, come off mute. We're all gonna speak at the same time, guys. Norm, louder, please. Louder for the people in the back. Norm, a bit louder for the people in the back. Norm, we're all gonna speak at the same time because we're imbeciles. Remember what are we, Norm? We're imbeciles. Say it with me, Norm. We're imbeciles, Norm. All together, Norm.
I mute everybody. Listen, I mute. We try here to make a kind of conversation. More or less we succeed. People get there, people get. I let some talk, some others get heard from me. But I'm trying to limit and not to interfere. But when it's going too far, when everybody talking and not to listen, so it will not bring us to any place. So please, I don't want to interfere, to let you conversation, but one is speaking and the other one is on you. Please, in my room, respect me.
You're right, Amos. And if someone is speaking, I'm gonna stay quiet while they speak. I just would hope for the same respect, you know. But you're right, Amos. I agree with you. Definitely. You know. That's why I leave. You know, while I'm speaking, I pause a little bit.
Okay, finish your words and then I let Daniel respond. But he can do it by himself. Let you finish everything.
Yeah. So, you know, so we're going to try the one at a time thing because altogether didn't work, although it seemed like a good idea at the time. So, yeah, you know, Palestinians, you know, brief history. They're not all Muslim. They were Christians. They were also Jews at once upon a time. You know, obviously now that most of them live in Israel.
How many were Christians?
I'm not done. I'm not done, no.
No, you can say you were done. You can keep talking.
I'm done.
You can keep talking.
We're going to do the all together at the same time thing. No, all together at the same time now, guys. Come on. This is, what kind of choir is this if we're not all speaking at the same time?
How many Christians is he?
Daniel, can you come off mute? We're all going to do that thing where we speak at the same time and no one can hear each other speak. So
you can say you don't
know. For the people in the back.
Let him finish, let him finish. And then
he's afraid.
Aziz, just get to your point.
Aziz, finish your word.
I'm trying to. I tried 5 times. Maybe you could. You know what? Speak.
You know what? You got no point. Otherwise, you just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
Republicans, producer.
You know, maybe they're afraid of me. You know, I let them speak. Almost, they can speak. You know, maybe they're afraid of me.
More responsible.
It's okay. Sure. So what we have found converts like Wednesday, for whom I have a certain affection despite myself, with almost no knowledge of this matter. Their only animus is hatred. Well, I don't mean you in particular, I mean you in general.
Okay, Dr. Australia, I think I'm going to cut it here and recreate all the rooms. So, join the next room.
Over and over again, which is why we have, what is Zionism Wednesday? Tell the room, what is it?
It's a political ideology
What is the political ideology of Zionism?
about Israel, but
What about it?
unfortunately, right, about Israel, but unfortunately,
What
you
is
guys
Zionism?
accumulated. I just told you. Y'all
You said
believe
it's a
in
political ideology. No,
You
but
believe
it's
in
about
the
Israel.
state. You believe in the state of Israel, but unfortunately,
Okay. What is
unfortunately, you
Zionism?
guys,
Wait,
colonial
she says I believe in the state of Israel.
Unfortunately,
No, not can you just answer the question?
Let me finish speaking.
Just answer the question. But before you have your opinion, what is Zionism? No, you
I
didn't.
just said it. I did.
No, what is the ideology? You said the ideology is about Israel. What is the ideology?
Sorry, Doctor, go find the next room.
So can you repeat slowly so we understand what is Zionism? Hold on, what is Zionism? Can you tell us? Okay, can you tell us what is Zionism?
What is ideology that believes that you guys have a right to Israel? But
We have a right to exist, you mean? Hold on.
You have a right to homeland. You have a right to homeland.
Before you move on, do you think that is a problem? Do you think that is a problem? Do you think that you don't have a, do you think that we don't have a right?
I don't like the way God is. I don't like the way God is. I don't like the way God is.
Unmute everybody. Only Wednesday speaking. Please don't
I
interfere.
completely thank you, Amos. Thank you, my Amo. I completely don't like the way you got it. Completely don't like the way you guys got it. I mean, first you fought against the British, who were actually your allies, that actually helped you in World War II. Churchill. I'm not finished.
Finish, bro.
Church. I mean, like you fought against the British. The British. Do you understand the British actually helped you guys out? Churchill actually helped you guys out. And you fought against the British. Oh my God, the British didn't want so many Jewish people coming in because you could bring them illegal here.
Unmute everybody. No one release. Only Wednesday speaking now. And please, Daniel, please, Moro, please, everybody, don't interfere Wednesday. Till I will say that she's finished.
I'll be an idiot, but I bet you I'll be an idiot grabbing your man. Fuck out of here. Anyway. What I was gonna say, I do not like the way the terrorist acts that Israel committed to get. I do not like the Nakba, what you guys did. The terrorist act that you committed against the British, who are actually your ally, who actually helped, who was part of the Axis powers. So the terrorist act, the acts that you committed to get Israel, and what you guys are continuing to do, no, I don't like that. Do I want you guys to leave that area? No. I'm good. I prefer, and I'm not a Palestinian. I'm not a Palestinian. I prefer a two-state solution with this 1967 border.
Dr. Wednesday, what year is it right now? 2023, 2024, 2025? Which year is it, Dr. Wednesday?
If you have no solution, you are a Zionist. That's weird.
Listen, you fucking fake ass Muslim. You fucking bitch ass bitch. I know you're not a fucking Muslim. You used to be a Muslim. You a fucking Iranian fucking dick sucking gay ass bitch. That's the fuck you are, you fucking bitch. You fucking dumb.
Unmute everybody. Unmute
I will fuck you. I will fuck you in the ass if you like to get fucked. I will fuck you.
Sounds like Larry
The
David.
mother's a black Benny idiot. I made a mistake that obviously part of the ally powers. Fuck out of here. Yes, because I was fucking you. Fucking dumb bitch.
Your mother. Okay.
Your mother, I would fuck your mother in the head and I'd be watching her.
Okay, no, I'll talk to the mother. I will let her fuck you. No, I will take it. Girl. Please. Now, I only alpha speaking.
You Israelis like the gays, so.
When I say only alpha is speaking, I say only alpha is speaking now.
First and foremost, no one Israel. You're mad. Israel exists. Deal with it. Second, the British were never part of the Axis powers. They were
I know they were part of the Allied powers. I made a mistake.
Third,
But
the British
what you guys did to the British, to get that was horrible.
Wednesday, enough. Enough. I let you.
The British never helped the Jews.
They kept on interrupting me.
Wednesday, I put you now, and then you can tell the day I broke you out.
Yes.
Wednesday, enough. You answered. No, Wednesday. Mute yourself. Wednesday, only mute yourself. Mute yourself, Wednesday. I mean it. Now I start remember why I break your heart. Alpha, you can talk.
Thank you. Third, the British never helped the Jews. In fact, until 1917, okay, the British were vehemently against the establishment of any state or any land for the Jews. Okay? Fourth,
They helped till World War II. What the fuck Churchill did.
Wednesday, enough.
Mr. Churchill, first, number four. Fourth, okay?
I said Churchill.
There is something called the Ottoman Balfour. There's something called the Ottoman Balfour.
Piece of shit, you fucking Islamic bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Don't do this to yourself. You don't do it to yourself. Let them go. That you
I'm not the one you want to mess with. I'm doing outside now.
Shut up. You're a good
I will beat this.
Wednesday, and it's very difficult to listen to you to the Israeli ears. Now you will listen, even if you don't like it, you only listen and you don't interfere because I'll remove you and it's the third time I'm talking and you don't listen to me. Okay, you're a woman and you're the only Muslim baby in the room, so I respect you.
You know, Dr. Amos.
You have to learn to listen, Wednesday.
Dr. Amos, please, Dr. Amos, this is Republicans. Please put me in the queue.
Republican, I get fed up of you. I will remove you. I'm fed up of you, Republican.
I know, but I want to talk about coexistence, the title of the room.
But you cannot speak. You cannot speak when I don't let you to speak. Only Alpha is speaking now. Only. Alpha finished.
Thank you. Number four. The whole idea of resettling the Jews, the people of Israel, the descendants of Israel, after World War I, came only after the Treaty of Mudros. Okay? There was an island called Mudros where the Ottoman Empire said, we're going to pull down our pants, lay down our guns, okay, and stop being Islamic terrorists. Okay? Maybe you need to read your history. That's when the British, okay, began the resettlement. And it began like trickling water from a tap. Okay, it didn't start with a horde. And many of these Jews that came back, they were skilled craftsmen, they were farmers, they were all talented laborers. Okay? Some of them were farmers and authors. Some of them were laborers and craftsmen. Okay? And when they came back, the Arabs were busy trying to tackle malaria in the region. That's why for almost 2 centuries, if not more, the Ottomans neglected the so-called Palestinian land simply because they used to call it the place of a plague. Go read the Ottoman literature and why it was abandoned. One of the reasons for the very rebellion of 1960 of the Arabs, okay, they were the first ones to rebel against Ottoman rule.
you done with your monologue? So then it's just Did the Nakba happen? 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 Did the Nakba happen?
Wednesday,
Even people who are Israeli have been to the Nakba. I'm asking some of you have been to the Nakba. Did you admit to the Nakba? Did you do you admit to the Nakba?
Mute, Wednesday. What do you expect me to do Wednesday? What do you expect me to do?
What do you mean? You could go.
What do you expect me to do now? What do you expect me to do? Should I remove you? You want to remove yourself? What do you want?
No, it's okay.
You don't know to listen. You don't know to listen. You will listen and let Alpha. You will let Alpha finish.
David Hotel, that didn't happen, right? There was no Jewish terrorists, right?
No. Okay, Wednesday. Mute yourself, Alpha. Please finish and I give Wednesday on this phone.
And regarding terrorists, the American and Stern gang were one of the most honorable militias in the entire post-anti-colonial movements and anti-colonial militants. And I respect each and every one of them. And if I could see any one of them alive today, I would kiss their hands. Okay?
Yeah, they're considered terrorists by the United Kingdom.
They are liberators.
Okay, so I feel the same way about Hamas. I feel the same way about Hamas. Thank you, bye.
Yeah, exactly. See what I told you? Let me tell you guys something about Alpha. I am so pro-Israeli, maybe the Israeli will cut you some slack, okay, because they're too merciful. But me as a non-Jewish, non-Israeli, pro-Israeli supporter, I will slap the pallets out of a Hamas supporter, okay? Come see me. Melbourne, Sydney, New York, just give me your address. You hate the Jews because the Jews are no longer standing down. They're no longer alienated into congested areas and ghettos. You can no longer wake up in your impulses and be like, yes, I have failed in life. Yes, I'm going to go attack some Jews today, right? You hate Israel. You are the colonialist. Okay? You hate Israel.
We have to slaughter all Jews worldwide. We have to slaughter them.
Of course you do, of course. This is what Muslims think.
This is the problem with you terrorists.
Exactly.
Fight Israel.
Like exactly how the Catholic did in the Middle Ages.
When Israel takes out the condom, Ali ibn Abi Talib, okay, you massacre.
Fuck Shia, bro. Shia, I'm not fighting.
Ali ibn Abi Talib was your
I'm
Muhammad.
Jewish. I'm not discussing that shit.
He was your Muhammad companion. He was the one who created the precedent of putting children and women, especially Jewish children and women, in pits of fire and burning them alive.
Exactly like the Catholic Christian did in the Middle Ages in Andalusia. You did the same, Christians. What the heck?
Two criminals are playing kettle and pot. Two criminals.
Exactly. So this is the war that we're living in. It's not about Muslims. Even Chinese and Buddhists, they're gonna do the same with Jews. They're fucking nasty. You don't get it. You don't get it, bro. You don't get it. Jews are fucking made to be killed. If the Jews live in China, Chinese will kill them.
Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
I'm not crying, bro. I'm not crying. It's just the first thing that they told you, Jews, they have to be slaughtered. That's all. I'm not crying. I'm just getting
on the streets of the capital of the West saying, go fight.
Bro, listen up. Like, Jews made to be killed. Nature made Jews to be killed.
Why are you crying on the back of the streets of the West?
I'm not crying.
Why are you crying saying Israel slaughtered us? Stop crying and fight.
Guys, אוקיי, סבבה. עוד לא. שנייה, תהיה זה מאוד
This is the problem with these cowards.
Honest, it's once in a while, it's good to have Edmund in the room because when people make statements like that, especially if they're outside of the U.S., I hope you're paying attention to what DHS is looking for now and doing, and Clubhouse is on the radar. So when you see this kind of hatred and you hear it, it gets tracked. And these dudes are never coming in the visit you in the States. So just once in a while, Edmund, you actually serve a purpose. I'm giving you this one. It's very frightening when you hear that, but I need you guys to know and pay attention. Read the news, read what's happening, the policies of the administration. They're tracking social media of pro-Hamas and of haters. So there you have it. You just heard it, and you'll see. I don't know. The guy sounded like he was foreign. If he's in the States, then they're looking for this now. Exactly what you just heard.
So you are warning the enemy, not saying the truth.
You didn't hear what I just said. This is a new policy of DHS. You know.
But doctor, you say about this guy, a doctor, right? That he said things about Jewish people, right?
No. What you just heard that guy say. Okay, what I'm trying to say is you have someone on stage who records. Okay, sometimes we don't like it, but right now you have a tracking of social media happening, and they're tracking when there's hatred, when there's visceral hatred like that. It's exactly the kind of stuff that DHS is looking for, and they're denied visas. They can't enter the country. I mean, I'll put some articles in the chat if you want to know what I'm not. This isn't me doing this. This is now a policy of the administration. So you just saw it. You just witnessed it. You all just witnessed something right now. That's exactly what the government is coming out and saying they're tracking and they're looking for. And this app is on the radar of it. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, good. So then let him speak, and then he will be outside of the red.
Exactly.
We already heard what he has to say.
You already heard. My point is that Joseph Edmund is recording it. So that.
Yeah, but that's what he wants us to bring him back, and I don't think we need to be.
No, I haven't done it because I want to show everyone how the Muslims really think, and this guy is honest.
There's voice
some
recognition.
people are hiding.
There's IP tracking numbers. There's voice recognition. It's just how it operates when they investigate social media. All right, I'm done. I said what I.
And Clubhouse can also provide more information. Clubhouse probably has IP and whatnot.
They have the IP numbers and such. Yep.
All I want to say is thank you, Abby, and thank you, Daniel. Thanks, Amos. I did my duties on the day, defending Israel as a priority. Any person with a heart, any person with a conscience, must. If you love freedom, if you value liberty, if you really value the freedom of conscience, Israel is the last front. That's it. That's what it is. Israel is the last front. Okay, Israel is the bulwark that's keeping these terrorists, okay, these hordes of barbarism away from the free world right now. So I did my good deed. I'm going to go for a long drive, read me a book by a very well-known Jewish author. May he live 1,000 years. May Israel reign sovereign as long as the universe exists. Okay? So if you don't like that, do yourself a big favor. Seek a psychiatry. Help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Drive safe. So, Frederick, I don't think we need to hear more of this Dr. Mengele.
Listen, I just gotta say, coexistence deals with self-improvement. If you want to improve the world, improve yourself. And just listen to what these people say when they come in these rooms. It's never about self-help or therapy or healing or psychology or really about how to improve their lives. It's all just political promulgation, propaganda, misinformation distribution. It's what they're eating for lunch, for dinner, for breakfast. You know, and part of the problem is you are their yin to their yang. So in many ways, this is like you're improving their English language skills and their content, distribution. This is like the weirdest next level stupid war, because what we're really dealing with is very stupid people. And so that's the problem in having to communicate with stupid people, is it's a waste of time.
Yes, but those
The problem with stupid people.
this is the people we have to deal with. Don't deal with Momo, with Daniel. We have to deal with people that hate you. That's
Exactly. Imagine. Like seriously, imagine.
Problem with stupid people.
Yeah, but this room is not. When I open this room, is for coexistence. When I thought
Yeah, but maybe we should like.
it's become an Israeli room. So for what reason? I can go to Shuki room. I got to here, you know.
Yeah, no, of course. But, I mean, you should put like if you really want to create coexistence, you need to put out the extremists that take us to like an explosion. And when someone comes on stage with just Jew hate, I mean, you cannot coexist with this. You need to find people that think they get a chance to coexist with them.
Yes,
Someone just wants to kill you.
Yes, but you know who's coming to Clubhouse? Let's put the cards on the table. Who's coming to Clubhouse? Not
No, I think that if you create like an atmosphere that only like the extreme voices are heard and shouting and cursing, then moderate voices or people that want to talk reason and logic will just stay on mute because if the conversation is so low level, then what's the point of even discussing anything? And then all the people that shout and curse and like give you like all kinds of like stupid talking points, they get to speak. So if you want, you need to create this atmosphere that there will be like a normal discourse.
Well, it's a little bit like the Amos comedy show. I mean, Amos is funny, but I think Amos has the right attitude actually with regards to these people, to letting them talk and being kind to them and fun with them. Because what's really happening is a lot of these psychotic people on here that are spreading their bullshit all day long is they're just generating dopamine. But to have a Jew who lives in Israel who's actually nice to them, in many ways it transforms their entire bullshit. Maybe they're not going to actually do any harm to somebody. Maybe they're just spreading bullshit to get their dopamine, and they'll actually go on to become responsible adults, have a family, work a job, be a good person, and stop with their bullshit. Maybe Amos is the secret key activator.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that if you will appease to them, they will like you. They will just say, okay, so there's like, they will still hate the majority. Most of them never met a Jew. They're talking about the Talmud that they never read. It's really like brainwashed with hate.
But
I think that many of them don't see themselves as hating, but the people that are pushing this narrative are coming from hate, and a lot of people are just dumb. Easy to influence.
Well, imagine dropping Prince off in the middle of Tel Aviv. He has no cell phone, no money. And you could just, he'd start laughing. He'd be like, okay, I'm a bullshit artist. He would see his own bullshit in the face of every person he meets because he's that stupid. He'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm stupid. I mean, what I mean is if you go to Israel, you realize it's just normal people. Everybody's working a job trying to pay their gas bill. You see what I'm saying? Is they're so demented and they've never been there. They've never interacted. They're just so brainwashed. And it's the same people in Gaza.
Yeah, I know that most people that if they would visit Israel and actually meet the people that they are like be the place that they're talking about all the time, then most of them will feel like really stupid. On the other hand, I really don't want those people to come. But yes, if they will see us, the image of what they see on their TikToks and whatever Al Jazeera and versus like reality, this is why it's really hard to push us. That tell me about my education system, about what is it the IDF. I went to the education system. I wasn't the IDF. I can understand why it's easy to manipulate other people. But if they will come and they will talk to people, then they will feel stupid.
So that's why I say you can't take this too seriously, because thus this is essentially the new information economy. People are technically wasting their time doing this, but they think there's some type of effect or future promise to their bullshit here. What they're really doing is wasting their lives spreading hate. And I mean, I never knew there was so much anti-Semitism. I had no idea that it was. I knew it was there, but I had no idea like how the internet amplifies it at scale to an extreme degree. And that to me is like scary, mind-blowing, upsetting, crazy, but also a big opportunity to combat that bullshit. It's a big opportunity to help give therapy essentially to large groups of people who are just engaged in hate speech and trying to create more hate and like a disease through people's brains on the internet. It's very crazy and very psychotic and fucking wild.
It is a disease, and as you said, it was there, but we kind of knew that it was there and we couldn't see it. So in a way, it's good that at least we can see it. We can see it. We can find it. Before it was there, like dormant in a way, and yeah, now we can see it. And I can see this machine. I can see how it works. I can see that those people that even cameos, they basically like, as you said, they're spending their life wasting the time. They're pawns. They're like basically like being activated, almost like human bots. You show them an image of a child, and immediately it creates rage, and then you point the fingers at Israel. They don't think. Everything is very emotional. They don't. It's like taking advantage of like weaknesses. It's like taking advantage in the brain or in humanity, or taking advantage of like societies, like democracies, freedom of speech, freedom of protest, yada yada yada, while being opposed to this. There's something called this paradox of tolerance to intolerance, or not to be tolerant to intolerance. And yes, democracies need to defend themselves.
It's crazy because it's like normal people go to a book club to learn things, to discover new things, a variety of things. But these people just keep going to an anti-Semitic book club like every day of the week. They're like addicted to the Jew hate book club group, and they're incapable of coming to that awareness that, oh my God, maybe something's wrong with me. What am I doing? Why am I doing this all the time? It's very strange.
Well, they live now in a world that, it's like it's normalized. I mean, look, there's a room on Clubhouse of Amir. It's operating almost 24/7, every day a different title about something. Basically, the theme is Israel is bad. It's not being about pro-Palestinian or like anything that is like good or humane or whatever. It's just about hate, just spreading this. And when you are surrounded with so many people, chanting Intifada, Free Palestine, you think that it's okay. It was legitimized, it was normalized. The real people from the UN, like this Francesca Albanese, okay, like a UN special rapporteur. And yesterday I think she was posting about this Palestinian prisoner, I forgot his name, that he was arrested with unjust arrest when he was 13 and he was in the Israeli jail for 10 years and yada yada yada, and he was finally reunited with his family. Failing to even mention once that why he was in jail, that he and his brother on camera went on a stabbing spree, stabbing like two guys and like a 13-year-old boy. Like, this is not mentioned. Always mentioned that these poor Palestinian stories. Oh my God. And that's the UN. So the point is that they're getting legitimization. They don't think that they are in the wrong side.
The problem is not just Israel. The problem is everywhere. In Chicago, Florida, California, like random murders. People just killing each other over, horror. I just saw a video of this poor mother driving an Uber that got murdered by some guy. It's like, holy shit. If you think the problem's just Israel, it's a global problem. It's not just coexist in the Middle East. It's a global problem, which is anger, hate, wickedness and evil.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of like this division between like left and right and this and religious or whatever. But Israel has a special case still. It's something that kind of unites, puts many things together. If it's race and religion and ethnicity and nationality and like West versus East, everything is like related to Israel. Like I think sometimes that the way that this so-called pro-Palestinians can connect everything that happened the world to Israel, like literally everything that happens in the world, everything. I think except like maybe hurricanes, maybe that also that we control the weather. Anyway, there is a hyper focus on Israel. What is happening in Israel is not what is happening in the entire world. I never heard of like anti-Polish people, like people that think that Poland should not exist, or that I don't know, Jordan should not exist, or whatever, or Lebanon should not exist, or France should not. Like it only happens to Israel. Even North Korea, I don't hear people saying North Korea should not exist, or Afghanistan. No, it doesn't exist. Like it's only about Israel. And also with this freedom of speech that we give on Clubhouse to all those like what do you call them? Like the watermelon people, those useful idiots that basically are used to attack Israel. It's like those are the weaknesses of the West of democracy that they are taking advantage of. Like freedom of speech. Those people do not promote freedom of speech. No. Like freedom of protest. Those people are fighting for people that don't give their own people the freedom of protest. And when their people do protest, like in Gaza, they will silence them. It's all like a big bigotry. It's all like
I hosted a success
show.
coexistence with Arun Amos. I wish you were there. Hi, Alpha.
Dr. Prince, let me ask you a question, Dr. Prince, since you believe so much in coexistence now. No, let me finish here. So wait, I'm trying to ask you a question. What is it that you think you've done for yourself this week that actually improved yourself? Nothing? Okay. I hope you enjoy buying party hats every day of the week. Enjoy.
What have you done, Republicans? You're like, what, 20 years older than me, no children, no family, living in a shitty apartment in New York City. You look like shit, you're unhealthy, you're bald-headed. Maybe fly on Turkish airline and help yourself out. Maybe it's gonna improve your depression. Like, what do you have to show us? You have nothing to show us, literally nothing. I see your shitty apartment. I'm much younger than you, I'm much wealthier than you, and much healthier than you. So be crying, bitch. Fucking kind.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you the doctor of coexistence here, Dr. Prince. Clearly a gentleman, nice guy, well-educated, so slick, so handsome. Oh, he's going to do so well in the business world with the ladies. But as you can tell, he's got something what I like to call Jewish derangement syndrome. And you all just heard it on display. It's technically narcissism, but it's also egotism. So, Dr. Prince, I ask you again, what is it that you think you've done to improve your life this week?
I don't have Jewish derangement syndrome, and I don't have a problem with Jews. I don't even consider you to be Jewish, to be fair with you. I mean, didn't you tell me you're not Jewish? You just practiced it.
No, I'm a patrilineal Jew. My dad's a Jew. My mother's gorgeous. I'm a cashew.
So you're not Jewish.
That's right. My mama's not Jewish. But the question still remains. I mean, why are you so committed to spreading misinformation, disinformation, lies, propaganda, hate speech? What's going on in your personal life? I know I heard you say your uncle raped you in the living room once, but what is it about your life that you're so angry about?
Every accusation.
This is definitely not rich. What's up, Danielle? What's up, Alphonse? What's up, Republicana?
What up, Flo? Yo, do you think Dr. Prince has ever been in a flow state, or is he just always angry?
He doesn't know flow state. He doesn't know wisdom or wealth.
Oh, you guys are so cute together, man.
It's almost like he lost a kingdom or something. He never studied Kabbalah.
He's studying the wrong book. That's what my money's on. He's studying the wrong book.
That's true. Who's never made a single coherent argument.
You hear that, Dr. Prince? You're actually just not reading enough. You should try to read some more books, Dr. Prince.
Okay, stop yelling, stop yelling. reasonable, decent arguments. Even if I don't agree with them necessarily. But you've never made a single decent.
What do you mean? Amir won't even. I cooked Amir and everyone in this room so much. Amir won't even leave his room anymore. Because I've cooked everybody like Korean barbecue.
You are beneath.
Do you know what you are, Dr. Prince? You are what we call bulgogi. You're on the barbecue right now. I cook you.
You are uneducated kike. Uneducated kike. And that's your problem.
K-word alert, K-word alert, K-word alert. Report, report, report. I hope you enjoy your new party hat. I hope you enjoy your new party hat.
It doesn't matter, Republicans. I'll just get a new account.
You're so cool. How many? Is your new party hat going to match your new outfit for this weekend? Oh, I also love your updated PTR of you looking so like, happy at a cafe, like you're not some stupid low IQ psychopathic retard or something. You're just like a normal guy. I'm in college. I'm just a normal guy. You're such a piece of shit, you low IQ dirty dog. I made sure that the Department of Homeland Security's got a lot of pictures of you. So if you ever come through a U.S. airport, you are going to get popped and you're going straight to jail.
Joke's on you. I was there 4 weeks ago. But you tried. Why do you think they're not going to let me in? Because they use the word kike.
No, they're not going to let you in because I'm going to write a letter and make sure your ass gets fucking boxed. You're going to be finished.
They throw out insults. You say one critical thing about their book, their religion, they freak out. They can't handle it. They're so weak-minded.
They're weak.
Not at all. Actually, complete opposite of the truth. That we as Muslims.
That is bullshit. Don't even play around. You can't handle. You say one thing, you get kicked out of the room. You all are pussies. You are big gaping camel pussies, is what you are.
Hear me out and then respond. If you go on YouTube right now, if you go on Google, and you type in Islam or Christianity, you're going to find tens of thousands of debates between Muslims and Christians, tens of thousands of debates between Christians and Christians, tens of thousands of debates between Muslims and Muslims. But you know who you will never find debating a Muslim or a Christian? And you, because you motherfuckers are afraid. You are legit.
Are you fucking this stupid? Did you miss Rabbi Wolpe? Did you miss? I know he's stupid. He's just learning English. This is all new for him.
That is run by Muslims. They can't handle any criticism.
Have you not seen Christopher Hitchens debate Rabbi Wolpe? Come on, Dr. Prince. You're such a schmuck. You think you know everything. You got the IQ of an ant. A fucking ant.
Why are you yelling?
I'm trying to make the point that you're stupid because you don't listen.
Because of the embarrassing shit in the Talmud.
Embarrassing shit in Talmud? You don't like books? Oh my God, this guy doesn't like books. Oh, everyone's afraid of the Talmud. Oh, the big one. He mic drop on the Talmud. Oh, he got you. He got you on that Talmud. Oh.
Copy Judaism. That's how ridiculous we are. You copied it. You copied it. What do you want me to say? You copied our scriptures. You copied our stories. You're claiming revolution.
It's a good point. You guys are just copyright infringers. You're plagiarists. Plagiarists. You're just a plagiarist. You were in the desert.
I mute everybody. Only fellow, you speak fellow.
Bro, he's been talking over me.
He will talk now.
I'm the calm one, Amos. He's the one talking over me all the time. Now let me respond to him, Amos. And you don't. So
you shut the fuck up, Prince. Listen, almost spoke, okay? Have a seat. You're the Demi right now, okay? No, I'm gonna.
By the way, I like your picture, but
you're the Demi, Prince. Have a seat.
Let's flow the answer.
So the reality is you can criticize sacred text, you can criticize Judaism all you want, but your entire faith is based off of our precedent, our scriptures, our holy books.
It's kind of funny how he has to attack the Talmud, a book. But it's just so base in terms of like complexity. It's just so stupid. This is a containment field for people who are essentially stupid, I think. I'm stupid, but Prince is extra stupid.
Well, his faith is what we call a replacement theology for a reason, because it's attempting to replace what Judaism established. And Christianity does it too, but at least respect what you're trying to copy.
I don't know. He's just a stupid person. Like, have you ever been to a restaurant, had a great dinner, and life was great, and then you just like opened up an app and then started spewing J-word hate for a couple hours? Nah. Like, enjoy your life. What's wrong with these people?
And I'm glad on YouTube there's lots of debates going on, but I can tell you this, in my personal experience, they can't handle any criticism whatsoever. They can dish it out, but they can't take the heat. It's kind of sad. And it's a sign of a weak stance, a weak doctrine, very insecure in their belief system.
I don't know. They don't talk about the law. I mean, let alone there's never really. I've never heard anybody really do any education on this app. It's all just shit talking. But the point is, if you don't educate yourself on the law, you don't feel October 7th is a violation of basic human rights and the law. It's the same thing that's going on in the African American community in the United States with regards to this Carmelo Anthony murder, and essentially.
He was standing his own ground. It was self-defense.
Well, what I'm saying is it's politics all the time, and you just take murder, mayhem, chaos, and you make it political, and you claim that it's not what it is, which is wrong, immoral, illegal, violent terrorism, and essentially they want to try to obfuscate labels and correct adjectives or correct analogs or anything that accurately describes the situation. They're just propagandists, and they're political all the time. That's what they're doing.
I agree. Have you been in any of the Carmelo rooms?
Yo, Martel, let me finish this combo. Yeah, I have. I've been listening, and it's just politics all the time. It's insane. It's mental illness. It's people who have nothing better to do with their time, their lives, and this is their dopamine chase of stupidity. It's literally new age technology, drug stupidity.
What do you think? What's the main theme on that side? It's like pro Carmelo, like let's make a statue for him. He's a hero.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, it's all just propaganda. That's what it is. I mean, it's propaganda all the time. They're arguing about words and defining words and saying that's not what that word means. No, this is what that word means. It's insane. It's such a waste of time. It's unbelievable. People, I don't know how they're supporting themselves financially having these conversations on this app. It's maybe they're on the edge. I don't know. And I'm not projecting. But you'll notice that there's no new party hats on this app. The only new party hats are the old party hats. So people like Prince who spew hate and essentially online domestic terrorism or international terrorism, there's a reason why they have new party hats. They can't hang because everything they say is essentially propaganda or violent terrorism. So they get reported, but then they're back with a new party hat. Clearly the app moderators don't actually give a fuck about stopping hate speech or terrorism. They just reward these people with a new party hat, and then they come on here and boast that they can get a new party hat.
What were some of his earlier aliases?
Prince's? He always goes by the name Prince.
There's a few Princes.
No, Dr. Prince is a particular stupid piece of shit on this app. There's the one and only stupid piece of shit Prince. There's a couple other big pieces of shit on this app too, but he's probably one of the more dangerous stupid pieces of shit because he posts photos of himself, with M16s shooting at rifle ranges. So I assume he could be combat ready. But there's a lot of just American Jew haters on this app. It's a clique. It's a niche for these losers. They got nothing better to do. This is what they do. Thus, there will never be coexistence with these people because they have no self-reflection, no awareness, no insight into self. They're just violent, stupid, low IQ people who are political extremists. It makes me become a Zionist. This is the thing, is it's yin to yang. The more extreme they are, the more extreme you have to be. And that's the problem, is you don't want to have to waste your time with all this shit. This is all low IQ shit. So this is the problem with terrorism, is it's a huge waste of time. It costs the nation a huge brain drain and, productivity opportunity. It's a huge opportunity cost to have to deal with these pieces of shit. But let alone innocent people dying at their hands because they're extremist cocksucking assholes. I mean, what happened on October 7th, there's a reason why Gaza is in waste. It was that despicable to attack a concert of a bunch of peaceniks, a bunch of peace people celebrating in joy and peace. Pure evil. So, have to fight evil. You have to be a knight with a sword and go fight the dragon. These people are dragons, Like they said, they had GoPros filming themselves committing massacres. These are deluded, evil people that have to be put in the ground. There's no question about it. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about war fighters, who support Islamic terrorism and jihad for caliphate end goals. These are the craziest people you will ever meet in the real world. They're insane. Israel is in a horrible geographic spot because they're surrounded by a bunch of fucking never-ending cocksuckers who are just never going to stop their bullshit program. It's, I don't know, maybe they should have gone to Greenland. It's a joke, but, it's the unfortunate situation of life. It seems like you can't have one of the greatest countries on earth unless you're surrounded by a bunch of pieces of shit. All right, everybody, let's coexist now. I'm going to the park to get my schwitz on, do some pull-ups and push-ups, and enjoy the sunset. Joy now, peace now, health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Everybody, shalom, shavuot.
Hypnosis. All communication is hey, not that bad. We're pretty okay when it comes to a lot of things. You don't have to hate yourself and your country. People are like, really? Because that's really good news. Because the press and our current administration says white people are terrible. I just want to ask, what speech did you find, sir, that Obama wrote for himself? Please explain that to me. The majority of this campaign, he was writing his own speeches, and then when he got elected into office, he obviously had speechwriters. That's the case with most presidents. Not all, but most presidents. Hey guys, Adrian Dittman is John Edmund. John Edmund, our house got in trouble because you illegally recorded people without their consent or permission, and that sucks. So you need to get the fuck out of here because I'm annoyed with you. And had I been a moderator, you wouldn't even have been able to step your pinky toe in here because I got all your 20 accounts fucking blocked for life. I know who this guy is.
Someone's fat, angry.
He pretends he's Elon Musk too.
Angry.
He's on Twitter too. I'd have to get approval from Tally to kick him.
Angry is fat. Cry, little baby.
Go to the gym, fatty.
Cry, little
Take the
baby.
deepest breath of the day. And get your ass in the hallway where it belongs.
Damn, they finally kicked me. Their house got in trouble, huh? Their house got in trouble, huh? Monica's little playground got routed out. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. It's so exciting.
We're gonna have to go back very quickly. Keep the pressure up. Keep the jealousy pressure going.
That's why Donald Trump made the statement grandmother pussy like, but when you have power, when you have money, when you have status, women will allow you to do things that they won't let other men who are lower in the social hierarchy do. So these women understand. If you look at what's the blind singer, Ray Charles. Ray Charles don't have a fucking.
Okay, everybody, this has been the roast of Monica the Clown.
Please concede this is a highly specific and complex military operation. And if you have, or anyone else has, I say this genuinely, a better way to get back the hostages and to destroy Hamas, I at any rate know all the ears.
Okay, well, there's a lot there. So, number one, I do agree generally with your point about having some humility in these complex situations, but I would also say, do you not then at any point, as you're a very well-known public figure who's supporting this war, think about the level of human suffering that is being inflicted on these innocent people and go man, is there another way? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. Maybe this is the Iraq war all over again. Would you also support it that maybe that was a big mistake?
I don't need to think about it. I've seen it.
Okay,
I know it. I describe it in my book. I describe what I see in Gaza with the Palestinians when they're moving down the humanitarian corridor.
Okay, let me just respond to some of the stuff you said. Okay, so then I guess it's not really that much of humility involved in this, but there's two very different goals that are being stated here, right? There's the retrieving the hostages, and then there's taking out Hamas. Now, the retrieving the hostages, and actually many of the families of hostages who are taken have been some of the only people really protesting this war in Israel, because of course, if you imagine, if you have your family over there and your government is leveling this place, that is not the best path to pursue to make sure you get all the hostages out alive. I would say that it fell apart. But Donald Trump having his envoy Witkoff go over there and work out this ceasefire deal that they had for a few weeks, they did get, I believe, 30 hostages back during the phase one of this ceasefire. Seems to me like that would be the method to pursue to try to get the hostages back. But if you're talking about eliminating And I think there's something kind of interesting that you touched on there. I don't completely, I disagree with much of your characterization of it, that like Israel are the good guys who always follow the rules. We can kind of get into some of that. There's lots of rules, but in that.
Hello, please complete your thought, Dr. Necro.
Do everything they can to fight an asymmetrical war. And just like we helped teach Osama bin Laden how to do the Soviets, and then Osama bin Laden successfully did to us, the whole game in these asymmetrical wars is to get exactly what Hamas got out of this, right? Like Osama bin Laden knew that he couldn't bankrupt the United States of America by taking down the Twin Towers, but he thought he could lure us into a war in Afghanistan that would bankrupt us. Now, it didn't completely, but it came pretty close. That being said, well, I just mean in terms of how much it drained the Treasury, it was way more than any terrorist attack could have possibly done. That being said, the idea that it's not like, I don't think, morally speaking, when you're inflicting this level of suffering on a group of people, that the calculation should be like, well, we want to remove Hamas from power. That's the goal. Justice for October 7th. There's lots of governments around the world that we would, and Hamas isn't exactly a government, but there's lots of regimes around the world that we would all like to see removed, but that doesn't mean that we would approve of any means by which to get there. If you were like, hey, I think Kim Jong-un's government should be dissolved, I'm sure we would all agree.
It's strange that that would be the case if that deity were
and just
absent.
like slaughter people.
And it took a long time for me to grasp.
But aside from that, this has been acknowledged at the highest levels of Israeli intelligence and U.S. intelligence. That there's just no way to get rid of Hamas without it being replaced by more Hamas or Hamas-like group, because it's the basic understanding of this whole situation, right? It's General McChrystal's insurgent math. There's still Hamas people. Hamas are popping back up in the areas that Israel's already leveled. And the more innocent people you kill, the more radicalized you're going to get this population. The more these people are going to hate you and join up with the resistance movement. And so I just think that to use the justification that we're trying to get rid of Hamas, and therefore it's not like, it doesn't matter how many innocent women and children die in the process, or there's no responsibility on you. You now are not responsible for the bombs that you drop, how many people they kill.
Yeah, of course you're responsible.
So Israel's responsible then.
They're responsible for the means of their retaliation and their war aims. Yes, of course. But first of all, let me just say, I totally disagree with your characterization of Osama bin Laden and what he wanted to do, and I don't think that Osama bin Laden's stated public utterances were along those lines. But anyway, the reason why the hostages have been released, the numbers they have, is because of constant kinetic force by the IDF. Hamas does not come to the table and ever hand over hostages out of goodwill. It doesn't do it out of the goodness of their own heart. It does it because of the constant kinetic force of the IDF in Gaza. And if it weren't for that, all 250 hostages would still be there. Second thing is, when it comes to Hamas itself, I totally disagree with the presumption that if you tackle a terrorist entity, you will create more terrorists. Ergo, you should not attack the terrorist entity.
That's not the argument that I'm making, but okay.
It's a commonly held argument that if you respond to terrorism, you create terrorism. Of course, the only thing that, in that case, is you just have to sit back and take
the argument that I'm making is that when you slaughter innocent people, those people around them tend to hate your guts. That's the argument that I'm making.
First of all, your characterization of the slaughter, it's horrible, the war in Gaza. It's horrible that young Israelis have to go in yet again to Gaza and try to find Israeli hostages and try to get the leadership of Hamas.
That's what's horrible about it.
It is not the case. Yes, because I think there's a consequence to starting wars.
But so it's not horrible for the people who didn't start a war? Why do we become like these collectivists?
It is horrible for everybody involved.
No, it's the most horrible for the Palestinian people in Gaza right now. That is the group of people who are being fucked over the most right now. No?
Yes, at the moment, yes.
Right.
But they're not being fucked over. The IDF
has been moving through Gaza for 18 months. No Israeli soldier I have spoken to ever wanted to go and see the Gaza again. Okay? Nobody wanted to go back. They were dragged back because of Hamas's actions. And if Hamas had acted differently, or the Palestinians had voted in different people in to govern them, it would all be different. But again, that's a hypothetical. The reality of the war on the ground is that in this incredibly heavily built up area, with weaponry hidden everywhere, with soldiers, I've spoken to too many of them, they go in, you have a group of people coming out of a civilian building with their hands up, and from their midst come a bunch of Hamas terrorists firing at you in the hope that the IDF will fire back at the civilians. Gadi Eisenkot, one of the members of the war cabinet in the early stages of the war, lost his own son and then his nephew. His nephew was killed in a firefight in Gaza because the Hamas terrorists were firing from a mosque. And that was why Gadi Eisenkot from the Israeli cabinet's nephew died. The whole operating theater is hideous because of what Hamas has done to the Gaza. The reason why Sinwar cropped up in Rafah, finally, the mastermind of October the 7th, one of the most brutal, sadistic psychopaths, to use an overrated term you can ever imagine, in an Israeli prison, by the way, for having strangled Palestinians to death in the 2000s. But anyway, the reason why Sinwar crops up in Rafah late last year is because there was nowhere else for him to run because of the actions of the IDF to pursue the leadership of Hamas that was responsible for the 7th. Now, can all of Hamas be destroyed? Probably not. Can you make it effectively impossible to function or incapable of functioning, unable to fire rockets and govern the Gaza? Yes.
Right, but it comes at the price tag of slaughtering tens of thousands of innocent people.
No.
And you're accepting that price.
No. Every single war of this kind will include civilian casualties, and you and I will almost certainly disagree on the numbers.
I'm not claiming that the health ministry's numbers are
but there
perfect.
will be almost the best case analysis is that one innocent Gazan has been killed for every one terrorist. That's the best case scenario you can hear. But that would be almost unparalleled in the laws of war, and it's not how the American or British militaries operate in terms of casualties to terrorist ratios. But when we had the campaign against ISIS a decade ago, after ISIS's fighters had gone and massacred people at the Bataclan theater in Paris,
And that never stopped. The government kept borrowing.
we used Turkish fighters, brilliant, brave fighters from the Peshmerga militias, to work on the ground. And the French and American and British air forces bombed like hell from the air. And we made ISIS effectively, touch wood, 10 years later, operationally incapable in capital cities in Europe. Has ISIS as a whole gone away? No. They still have pockets in Syria and in Iraq. But we stopped them from being able to do what they most desired to do. And the same is possible with Hamas. Will they be replaced by some other group? Again, then we get to one of the crucial decision points for the Palestinian people. Is it inevitable that they constantly have to elect people who want to annihilate their neighbors? Or will there ever be a generation that can find a way to live in peace with their neighbors? I agree. Most people don't like being bombed. In fact, nobody does. But if the people, the Palestinians in Gaza, can find it within themselves to realize the thing they asked for in the elections is the thing that has destroyed the area they live in. And like that brave young man 2 weeks ago in Gaza who rose up against Hamas, was identified by the people who remain in Hamas and was tortured and his body thrown on his parents' doorstep in the Gaza. The parents started the family, the clan started a bit of a war against Hamas, but that's how Hamas treats Palestinian dissidents. But if there were more people like that young man, and of course we all know that the history of totalitarian and terrorist groups running societies is they're very successful and they stay in power because they're willing to torture and use violence and much more. That it's a horrible thing you have to contend with. But if more people like that young man had come about in Gaza in the last 18 months or before, yes, it would all be different. And if they could avoid electing a terrorist group that invades their neighbors and fires rockets at their neighbors, yes, it could all be different. It could all be different tomorrow. And I tell you, sorry, again, there is not a person living by the Gaza in the south of Israel who does not dream of the day that such a generation of Palestinians emerges.
Yeah. I think that okay, a few things here on Syria there, because it is true. I mean, I think so. Okay, so John Brennan and Barack Obama, the head of the CIA, and of course the former president of the United States of America, had a policy of committing literal treason before they ended up accusing Donald Trump of treason, which was all bullshit. But they had a policy of committing literal treason by funding Al Qaeda and ISIS in the Syrian civil war, poured billions of dollars and tons of weapons into that conflict. When Donald Trump, now it is true, by the way, that you are correct that like there certainly were military actions taken against ISIS after they invaded Iraq, which was not supposed to be part of the plan. There was also a lot of military actions taken by Vladimir Putin against ISIS after he came in on Assad's request, as you know. In 2017, when Donald Trump came in, one of the best things Donald Trump ever did, he cut off the CIA program to fund the anti-Assad rebels, and this was also a big part of what ended up like taking the that energy out of ISIS. Also, I think there was a lot of good reporting that just they turned enough people on the ground against them. They were even just too radical, and just people ended up hating them. It is true that they receded for quite a while, although the former emir of Al Qaeda, al-Jawami, is now ruling Syria, which does not seem like a great deal or something that people in America should support.
No, one that does not allow cruelty. Love does not allow cruelty. Yes, I would agree with that. But I would only agree with that. I would only agree with that definition of love as a phenomenon. Do you understand the difference between the noumenal and the phenomenal? The phenomenal is what we see and what we comprehend. Okay. You can see where I'm getting at? So there's a noumenal love, which God is and participates in, and there's a phenomenal love, which human beings act in and practice. So, for instance, an act of phenomenal love is any associated behavior that treats two as if they're one. For instance, compassion. If I'm compassionate, I'm sharing your suffering as if it's my own. If I'm charitable, I'm sharing my food or my resources as if you are me. I'm extending my sense of self to.
Served in the U.S. military. And I have plenty of friends of every freaking ethnicity and culture that you can imagine. We're all green suit family because we all wore the green suit.
My phone has crashed.
There is no desire for that. Does it happen collaterally? Certainly. And that is one of the very ugly rules of war and things that happens in war. And it's another of the reasons why it's almost like you shouldn't start a war and hide your rockets and your terrorists inside civilian buildings.
Yeah, but hang on, you've made this point a lot of times. Okay.
Well, it clearly can't be made enough because there is no intention on the Israeli side cause the death of non-combatants.
Oh, come on. I mean, listen.
What? You think? Why do you think the Israelis would want to go and kill children in Gaza?
Listen, let me just, how about I say it like this, okay? And by the way, when I say it like this, I'm not claiming that disputes between nations are the same as handling dispute domestically. I'm just saying on the idea of intentionality or who wants to do this or whatever. Look, even if you had the right, let's say somebody broke onto your property and killed some of your family members and you want to go kill this guy, if he goes back to his apartment building and you know that there's women and children in that apartment building, and so your move is to blow up the building, what you would be charged with is murder in the first degree. Cold-blooded, premeditated, intentional.
So, this is kind of like, to me, it's like going back to Descartes' we're going to go into like, uncertainty that there's no way we can know about, about God's standards of goodness, and that God is mysterious, then how do you decide that God was the good one to begin with?
It's intuition, Necro. It's just your intuition. It's an intelligence. It's called your intuition.
He didn't like it. They kicked me.
Shooting the gun down the street and nobody said anything. You go to Philadelphia and you better duck. It's this cognitive dissonance. It's not like
information.
Really this
believe.
I'm not sure who said
Some degree of
the white
certainty
man or
that a
whatever
couple of Hamas militants are in this building.
comparing to
and so they
what
blow up the
black
building.
people. I've
That is
never heard that
intentionally
here in this
murdering innocent people. And if you're going to advocate
Well,
for
I
this
mean,
war,
bro, you gotta
let's see how
like
you can
why
do it without
black men
saying
commit
that,
most
at
of
least
the murders, bro.
bite the bullet that Madeleine Albright did when she was asked, that we've played this clip on the show before, when she's point blank asked about the sanctions on Iraq and our 500,000 children, is that price acceptable? And she said, yes, we believe that price is acceptable. You're saying if you're going to support this war,
Basically, where the conversation started from in terms of like prayer.
Welcome back to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People, wasting a beautiful Saturday night talking about nothing.
Information, as if this is like what they're making it up, or you think Israelis want to drop a bomb, or they act on information about where the terrorists are, just like they act on information of where the hostages are. Secondly, when you talk about the destruction of the Gaza, something you probably haven't realized, but is one of the reasons why the destruction looks so bad and is so bad, is because when the IDF were clearing the areas that they'd asked the civilian population to leave and were going house to house, and it isn't just stories here or stories there, it's every second or third house in Gaza that has either munitions or tunnel entrances. Every second or third house. This is not the odd case. One of the things that everybody who has been there knows is you go into a mosque and you know there will be either rockets and or tunnel entrances. You go into a hospital and you know that there will be grenades or tunnel entrances or dungeons or whatever. Just on a light note, early in the conflict when the Shifa complex, which is used as a Hamas headquarters and has also been used as a hospital, but even in 2014 the BBC said this is where Hamas are operating from. When that was shown by the Israelis, we have massive weapons stores in the tunnels and cellars underneath it. They had grenades, RPGs, Kalashnikovs, and the BBC's chief Middle East correspondent was asked live on air, why would these things be in a hospital? And Jeremy Bowen said, well, it's perfectly possible because there's a lot of, guns in the Middle East. It's perfectly possible the security department of the hospital had the Kalashnikovs. I said, yeah, and did the grenades belong to the cardiologists? I mean, why? Why is this so normal that every civilian building like this and every second or third house in Gaza is a weapons dump or a place that you enter the tunnels from? But the reason why the devastation, which it is, in the north in particular, but also in Rafah and elsewhere, is what it is because every time the IDF went into an area where they had told the civilians to leave, the Hamas terrorists that remained were in civilian buildings and booby-trapped a very large number.
free, but at the time of the battle, he was an enslaved person. So, the professional historical consensus says no confirmed free black defenders fought at the Alamo. Black individuals present were enslaved at the time of the battle. So anyway, so I said, well, you know what? Let's try to steelman the opposite argument, and let's fight it just for the opposite, right? And so this is what we got for fourth. This would be the thesis. While formal rousters do not list free black defenders at the Alamo, it is plausible that at least one free black individual participated and formally supported the defense or otherwise aided in capacity close enough to be considered a fighter, but was omitted from official records due to racial prejudice, oversight, or the informality of militia recruitment in the chaos of Texas Revolution. So this would be the strongest case for fourth. Historical record keeping was poor and biased. The Alamo's defenders were a mix of volunteers, not a strictly organized uniformed army. Rousters were compiled after the battle from memory, secondhand accounts, and surviving documents, often excluding marginalized individuals, enslaved people, Tejanos, and foreigners. Black individuals, free or enslaved, may not have been formally recognized even if they fought. Free black people in Texas at the time faced extreme racial prejudice, and many whites would not have acknowledged a black man as an equal soldier even if they had fought. The presence of free black people in Texas. There were free black men in Texas at the time of the Texas Revolution between 1835 and 1836. William Goyens, a free black man, was a prominent figure supporting the Texas Revolution, though not at the Alamo. Free blacks were involved elsewhere in the Revolution, suggesting it was at least possible one could have been at the Alamo. Joe, Travis's servant, and other accounts, Joe, though enslaved, gave an account of the fighting. He may have fought in defense of his master. In chaotic moments, enslaved individuals could act in the self-defense or in defense of their immediate communities. It's plausible that a free black man, either associated with the defenders or present among the civilians, picked up arms during the siege, even if they weren't officially listed.
You guys are fucking in trouble over there in Ukraine, that's for sure.
Oral histories and lost records. Later oral histories and
You guys need to
traditions,
negotiate
especially in black
peace.
communities, claim free black men, black involvement at the Alamo. Okay, oral histories often preserve truths omitted from written records, especially when formal histories were written by the dominant class. Pragmatic military necessity. Under siege, the Alamo defenders needed all hands. In a life-or-death battle, it's plausible that anyone capable of bearing arms, including a free black man present for other reasons, would have been armed and fought alongside them. So, summarizing for us as a stalemate argument, although there's no conclusive roster listing a free black man as an Alamo defender, given the chaotic nature of the battle, the known presence of the free blacks in Texas, oral traditions, and the racial biases in historical recording, it is plausible that a free black individual could have fought at the Alamo, but was omitted from official documentation.
So none of the names that Ford was talking about. Got it.
What names did I mention?
Oh my fucking god.
There you go. Stop playing games.
So you're a wishy-washy arguer? Hold on, and just also,